Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast live, and this is the Wednesday night edition. Yes. How everybody doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Transformer, what's good, my man?
Man, busy, scrambling. It's cold. There's snow in Florida. Like what?
Crazy,
what's
right?
happening? What's going on?
Right? Yeah, we didn't get any. Did you get any by your house?
I got some. I got some snow on top of my car.
Oh man, we got nothing down here on the south
Yeah.
side. We got nothing.
Yeah,
I was hoping
man.
my son would get to see a little something, man.
Yeah, that's the first snow I've seen since what, 2012, 2010, 2012?
Yeah, I haven't seen snow since 2015 myself.
Yeah.
Sucks, man.
Well, I've seen snow. I've been up north, but as far as Florida, that's our first time seeing it since then.
That's what I mean. Yeah, because I've been here since 2015. I haven't been anywhere else where it would snow, around that time of year. So I've missed out.
It snowed here in 2015 because I was in the Keys at that point.
No, I'm saying I moved here in 2015, and I moved here in the summer in 2015.
Oh, you haven't seen it. This is your first time seeing it since you've been here since 2015.
Right, but I didn't see it. We didn't get any here where I
got you.
Yeah,
got you.
But other than that, you good, man?
Oh no, man, good, blessed, highly favored.
That's it. Scrambling, gambling, up in restaurants with mandolins and violins.
Okay.
Come on, man. That's big, man.
Big.
Scrambling, gambling. I'm in restaurants with mandolins and violins. We just sit here trying to win, trying not to sin. High off weed and lots of gin. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on.
You know what that is.
I'm back. I'm with you.
No doubt. But what's good, everybody? Good to see y'all here. Got a few in the chat. Hoping that'll pick up here. In the meantime, you know what I'm doing. You know what time it is. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you go ahead, click that subscribe, that like, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept aware anytime we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio-only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in The Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you enjoy the content as you listen, make sure you give us a like, a 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And write it down, put it in your phones, make a note of it. The Format Podcast is live Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And finally, if you're really and truly enjoying the podcast and you want to help the show continue to grow, make sure you go ahead, click that join button, join the channel. We're going to have some exclusive content just for you. All right. So got some pretty interesting topics here. I think we got some good topics to discuss tonight. So first we're gonna start off with our quick hits like we like to do. And then from there, we'll go to, obviously, it's Wednesday night. So what do we have? We have the Pick'em. And this is our second to last Pick'em of the year. And we will do the conference title games. And then we'll follow up with a segment on Jaden Daniels because the kid is for real. And we'll have some talk about him. Followed by the GOAT chase in football, Mahomes and Brady. And then finally, Rob Parker, sports media agitator to the utmost, giving his thoughts on the college football playoff. So, what's up, Edward? Yes, man. Yes, I did. And of course, it would be you to say it, right? But yes, I did, man. How you doing, bro? Good to see you. So, you ready to get it kicked off? What? I know you're not talking, man. Yeah, you think we forgot about you? I keep letting it slide, but we didn't forget about you. We got to make this happen ASAP.
Man, Notre Dame made it to the promised land, bro. I mean, they didn't make it over the hump, but they got back there, man. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Better team won, team won.
Correct.
That's all.
That's correct. Yes.
And shout out to the Fighting Irish. They fought their way to the top. And
and then fought till the end. But again, better team won. Not good enough.
Better team won.
So what can we do? But yeah, so I will. Oh, word? Nah. You got a bet to pay off, homie. You got to do that.
No, bump that.
Nah. But no. Let's go ahead and get started, man. Let's get it going with some quick hits, shall we, Transformer?
Yes, sir. Quick hit number one. Stephen A. admits that LeBron James is ruined, not ruining, because he's well past his age to be participating in this contest, but ruined the dunk contest and hurt the All-Star weekend, man. So I know we got a little. I think we got a little soundbite. Are we gonna play a little soundbite, or we just gonna?
We got a quick sound on that. So let's go ahead and we'll let you guys hear that, and then we'll come back and I'll let Transformer roll first because I know he likes to defend LeBron, so we'll do that.
What?
Sometimes, Stephen, things just run its course. The dunk contest was great when the best players were entering it. The Michael Jordans, the Dominique Wilkins, those guys, the Dr. J's, Kobe. I don't know these guys. These guys are way, way down on the totem pole. You got to bring guys from the G League. Now, the dunk contest, Stephen A., when you and I were growing up, you covered the league, the dunk contest closed it. Now the three-point competition closes the ceremony. That should tell you everything you need to know. You keep moving it around. What you need to do is move it out. It's run its course. What else are you going to do? Have a guy jump over the Empire State Building? There's nothing. I mean, the creativity is not there anymore. Everybody uses props. You got to bring somebody out the stand. You don't jump over a chair. You jump over the castanet. You do this. It's time out. We can find something else. Hey, I like the thing where they throw the ball through the hoop and they run down and lay it up, shoot a three. I like everything else other than the dunk contest. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm done with it. None of the great. Now, if you tell me Ja Morant, you tell me Ant-Man, you tell me Zion, okay, sign your boy up. Okay, Stevie, I'm right there. As a matter of fact, I'm paying to get me a ticket because I want to be front row because you got some of the great dunkers in the NBA currently in the dunk competition. But without that, it's time to let it go.
Shannon, I don't know if you have seen my comments about NBA All-Star Weekend, but I'm going to go deep here. It's an absolute travesty. I wouldn't give a damn if the NBA canceled the All-Star Weekend festivities.
Facts.
It's that bad. And these players, it's unconscionable, and I don't give a damn how they feel about it. I mean, I got a lot of love for a lot of players. I'm not talking about all. I'm not talking about most, but some of them should be ashamed of their damn selves with how they have allowed this event.
They ruined it.
Punished. Shannon Sharp, they ruined it. They ruined it. Shannon Sharp, do you know that Jaylen Brown participating last year in the slam dunk contest was the first All-Star to participate in the slam dunk contest since DeAndre Jordan in 2017? Michael Jordan did it 3 times. Kobe Bryant did it. Vince Carter did it. Tracy McGrady did it. Okay. And your man, your GOAT, LeBron James never has. He said he had nothing to prove. It wasn't about that. It was about carrying on the tradition. Since he didn't prioritize it, just like Patrick Beverly said with them going into the bubble, we all gonna do what LeBron James does. We know he's the leader. Let's call it what it is. And sure enough, he never chose to participate. He wanted to use layup lines during pre-games to do dunks, forcing or compelling folks to clamor for him to do All-Star Weekend slam dunk contest and never once participated in his career. Nobody expects him to do it now at age 40. But damn, it took 22 years in the league. You were around and never participated in it once. Don't get me started with the All-Star Weekend. It's an absolute tragedy. Yo, Shannon, you are looking at your brother Stephen A., who called the league office to tell them how I feel.
Go ahead, Transform.
Bron should have did it.
What?
He should have did it. He should have did it. He should have did it. See how I hit you with that curveball, rookie? You know where I was going with it. You know,
man, I didn't.
He should have did it. Right. This is the problem that I have. I'm not gonna say he ruined All-Star Weekend. I'm not gonna put that on him. I'm gonna put that on the actual game itself. The game itself lost its entire mystique. Just because LeBron didn't do the dunk contest didn't, to me, in my opinion, didn't change anything, because we've had some great dunk contests since he's been in the league. I think the last great one, the Aaron Gordon and the Zach LaVine. That was by far probably one of the best dunk contests, period, in my opinion, where two competitors are just going back to back to back.
Agreed.
LeBron didn't do it because he didn't want to lose. He didn't want to lose.
Agreed.
LeBron is not he's not a finesse dunker, right? And I think he knows that. We could see that. He's a power dunker. He's a power dunker.
He's a power dunker too.
Huh?
Aaron Gordon is also a power dunker.
Aaron Gordon is a creative power dunker. See how he has creativity in his dunks and his high flying ability. You know, the way he utilized props and stuff like that. I don't think he can do. I don't think LeBron James can do that under the legs dunk. That double under the legs dunk. I don't think he can do that. But my opinion, LeBron should have did it, right? All the greats have done it. That didn't spark any follow-up in the all-stars and the players to come after him to want to do it. And that sparked because he didn't do it. And that excuse of him, you know, being afraid to lose, in which I think, you know, he could have lost. We were talking 2003, 2004, 2005. What's that? The Jason Richardson's dunk contest back then.
You could have won those.
Jason Richards was going to put him in a blender.
I don't think so, man.
Jason was going to put him in a blender.
Young LeBron, I think he could have won or done a really, really good job of doing it. Nike and Sprite were begging this dude to do it.
I don't think he could have won. Did you see the dunk contest in high school? Did you see his high school version?
No.
It wasn't that great.
Well, he did lose that one. And somebody very close to the NBA who's been around the NBA for years as a journalist told me that was one of the reasons that LeBron didn't do it, because of that one that he lost in high school.
Yeah. He doesn't have creativity. He's not a finesse dunker. And I think he knew that. And the high school dunk contest, he was like, that's just not my thing. I know I'm going to lose. I'm not going to go up there and put that on the line. Now, is that wrong or right? I think it's more wrong than right. But is it his right to say he didn't want to?
Absolutely.
Yes, we can say that. We can say that it's his right to say he's not wanting to. But it did put a damper in the fact that players after him are not going to want to do it. Bruce, I agree. LeBron is an in-game dunker. He's just a power dunker, right? He's
so
not
then
a.
why was he doing dunk contest worthy dunks bouncing off the wall and
doesn't
all
help
that
his case
in pregame and layup? Thank you. Okay,
doesn't help his case. And there's no wall in the All-Star weekend. There's no wall to throw it off of, right?
No,
and even if you look at those dunks, I mean, what you gonna get those a 46, 47? He's not gonna win it off of those type of dunks because they're all the same. If you look at the way he dunks in game, he's a tomahawk dunker. All of them, he's throwing it off the wall, but it's still the same old tomahawk dunk. I'm just putting it back here, and I'm going to flush it down. There's no between the legs. There's no 360. There's no finesse windmill and nothing like that. He doesn't have that in his repertoire. And like I said, if you guys can go back, the viewers as well, go back and look at his high school dunk contest. It was just, it was all really in-game power dunks. And like I said, he lost that, and he just knew he wasn't going to do anything against them Jason Richardson guys who are just really being very, very creative, using props, using finesse, and using their athletic ability to create something out of nothing. Now, back to the point where the All-Star weekend, that got ruined over time. I don't think he had, much to do with the All-Star weekend, because am I going to blame him for the game? Heck no. I mean, the game itself has just been getting watered down. These guys just don't want to play. They don't want to play.
So let me push back just a little bit, and then we'll get off this, because it is a quick hit, and I promise I won't dig too far. So the dunk contest piece, he could have been competitive, and that's fine. But listen, nobody holds it against you if you lose a damn dunk contest, right? Nobody holds that against you. You go out there, you show off, and you try to entertain the crowd. That's all you're doing. Nobody holds that against you. Yeah. Look how many dudes lost dunk contests throughout the years, pardon me, plural, and nobody holds that against them. It happens. Right? Steve Francis lost to Vince Carter, right? Pretty much unanimously. But he put on a show anyway. That was a great dunk contest, even though Vince Carter was just that dude, right? We can go back through the years. Nobody holds it against you for losing a dunk contest. Sean Kemp was an in-game power dunker, right? But he got in the dunk contest. Just go out there and do your thing. If you don't win the dunk contest, you don't win the dunk. It's not a big deal. Nobody is going to, use that as a slight on your legacy for not winning the dunk contest. You feel me?
I think, and especially if he would have done it early. 2004, 2005, it would have been so freaking long ago at this point.
Right.
We probably forgot about it. You're young.
He could have done that joint probably all the way up to like 2013 or later. And remember, there was one time when people were really asking him, and I think he said to the reporter or something, he said, I think I'm probably going to do that next year. Yeah. And, he knew he wasn't going to do it, but he did that so he could get the attention and everybody could, but it is what it is. So I'm just saying, like, that's something that he could have done just for the fans. Just go ahead, entertain the fans. You don't win, you don't win. So be it. Yeah. Now, real quick, the last point I'm gonna make is when it comes to the All-Star game itself. If we remember, when Kobe was out there, dudes were competing, right? Funny how when LeBron becomes the main guy, all of a sudden it starts sliding downhill. Now, is it causation? Did LeBron ruin the game itself? No, but I think you would agree there's a correlation, right? To when LeBron became the main guy after Kobe, the main guy, all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but then it starts consistently sliding down, getting worse and worse. Would you agree that there's a correlation there? I'm not saying causation.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Because there's a lot of players that affect that, right? You got Kevin Durant, and you got all these guys that came in. We're talking Kobe retired in 2016, 2015. So at this point, we got the Kevin Durants, we got the Steph Currys, we got everybody else that's in the league. Just, I'm not going to rest that on his shoulders. Be like, hey man, we got to play. Let's play like we mean it, right? Because we at that point, LeBron played from 2003 to 2016, at this point, 11, 12 All-Star weekends, right? So I'm like, am I going to say that, he's a cause of it? He's been a part of 11 to 12 competitive All-Star weekends up until Kobe's retirement, right?
Right. Why? Because Kobe was the leader, right? He was the guy at that point, right? He was the guy. So the mentality was a little different there. That's why I'm saying there may be some correlation. Again, I'm not going as far as to say causation, but it's funny when two things kind of run parallel and then coincide, right?
Oh, you saying like it so happened to happen when he took the mantle.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, I got
that's
you.
What I'm
I got
saying.
what you're
There's
saying.
correlation,
yeah.
But I can't blame it
definitely happened
on LeBron and say he's the reason. I'm not putting causation on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So, all right, cool. So let's go on to the second quick hit, and that is the New York Jets have hired a pretty much done deal, Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator from the Detroit Lions, to be their new head coach. Shout outs to Aaron Glenn. And the Chicago Bears have hired Detroit's offensive coordinator, former offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, to be their new head coach. So I think both of those hires are pretty interesting. What do you think of those?
For the Jets one, another defensive coach. Are we not going to try an offensive mind? You know what I mean? I think because we had defensive coach after defensive coach after defensive coach.
That's true.
Aaron Glenn, he's been around the league a while. Cleveland Browns assistant defensive backs coach, New Orleans Saints defensive backs coach, and of course we know about the Detroit Lions and the situation that he gave them even up until the blowout. But I mean, am I going to put that on him? I mean, the man was down 16 players on IR for the season,
but he still had them dudes competitive
and still had them compete,
playing good defense. Yes,
still had them compete. So I think I think he's going to do a good, decent job. I'm not going to say good job.
Yeah,
I'm curious on what they're going to do with the offensive coordinator. What they're going to do. It's a lot of moving parts for Aaron Glenn right now. You still got Aaron Rodgers there. He doesn't know if he's going to retire. Devontae Adams, don't know if you're going to trade him, don't know if you're going to keep him. So I think he's about a year or two away from doing anything with that team. The Jets are just in some sort of that funk around an organization that's still there, and I think he's going to have to. There's going to be a lot on his shoulders to keep up with that. As far as Ben Johnson, I mean, Ben Johnson, record speaks for himself. Been in the league for quite some time. Spent some time at Miami Dolphins, assistant quarterbacks coach, tight ends coach, receivers coach with Detroit, and we know him for that prolific offense that he's done over there. And I think that he has in Chicago similar to what he has had in Detroit. So I think that kind of translates for him a little bit more. He's going to have an athletic quarterback. He's going to have receivers. Don't know what they're going to do with DeAndre Swift at the running back, but he does have a decent running back there. So I think he can definitely be a key piece in getting the offense going. They definitely needed an offensive mind for an offensive creator like Caleb Williams. So I think that's a good hire. I do like the Ben Johnson hire. At this point, I think we're going to see if it's Chicago or it's their picking. We're going to see if it's Chicago or they're picking, because Ben Johnson, like I said, is great. Been a great coordinator. I think he's going to be a great head coach. He's a great offensive mind. Now we're going to literally see in the next couple of years, is it Chicago?
Yeah.
Is it just Chicago just has a horrible time with developing quarterbacks, or can Ben Johnson turn it around? So those are my thoughts on that.
So real quick, before we move on and get to the main topics, I'll just say, I don't know necessarily that Chicago needs an offensive head coach. The key is you just need a quality offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. That's what you need. So whichever side of the ball that the head coach comes from is fine. You just need to ensure that you have a really quality offensive coordinator. And it's funny, Ben Johnson's already on the record saying that Chicago's offense is not going to be a carbon copy of the Lions offense, which I think is a good thing, because he doesn't have everything the Lions had, right? The Lions had an elite wide receiver, all pro level guy.
They got that.
Equanimous, but what's my
St. Brown?
St. Brown. Yeah, I can't remember his first name, but
and Jameson Williams, you got a flyer,
right? You got him, and then of course you got Sonic and Knuckles in the backfield. You have an elite offensive line from years of being bad and picking high. Like
Chicago doesn't have that,
right? They got the elite tight end. I mean, so I guess Chicago is a lower level version of what Detroit has, but we'll see
Yeah.
Laker Nation was good, my brother. Was good. Shout out to Laker Nation. Glad to see you here in the chat, my brother. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But don't get, hey, man, go ahead. Put that down now. Put that down, man. Put that, we good. We good.
Hey, Laker Nation, man. You saw we finally got our boy back after 4 years. We finally got him back in there, man. Jeez, I feel like this man's been hurt for 4 years, man.
Who's that? Transformer?
Vanderbilt.
Oh, well, I haven't heard that name in forever. You're right.
He's been hurt that long, man. He's a key piece in that defense, man. He's a key wing guy that we've been missing for 2 years. Like, bro, we could have definitely used him last year against Denver in that series, to pick up some defense and play the wing. I mean, he's great at playing the wing. He was becoming a much better spot-up shooter in the corner.
Indeed.
So yeah, he was definitely doing a lot of. And when we lost him, we just lost that extra piece to throw at defenders, but offenders,
no doubt.
Offensives. Jesus, there you go.
Yeah. Real quick, Steve. Yes, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Thank you for the reminder. And you know what? I can't stand that dude, Steve, because he was supposed to come to Notre Dame and he crapped on him and went to USC. He didn't just not go to Notre Dame. He went to USC. That makes it worse. So I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Guy. But no,
he's Young Disciple. Are you a Laker fan or LeBron fan? Young Disciple.
You need to ask that question. Come on, man.
I mean, I know he's a LeBron fan, but I don't know if he's here because of you got those. You got them Laker fans that are here because of LeBron. Then you got them Laker fans who are just Laker fans, period. That's me and
real
of course
Laker
Nation. Real Laker fans. Yeah. He could be a LeBron Laker fan. No, you can't be both, bro. Were you here before 2000 and what? When did he get here? 2018? Were you here?
That sounds about right.
Were you here already? If you wasn't here already, then you're a LeBron Laker fan. Come on,
leave that man alone.
Gotta tighten you up, bro.
Hey, Steve, man, shut up, man. All right, guys. Steve always doing it in the chat, man. That's my guy. Shout out Steve Splendor. Shout out. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and we'll get to the first topic here. And you know what it is? Our second to last pick'em of the year. So
is it that time already?
Already, man.
Take a moment. Take a moment, Bruce.
I know. College football is
slowly
done. And
slowly bring in this topic. All right.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
But man, all right, let's go. This is tough for us, man. I mean, you guys know.
Nation, we did. All right, I'll shut my mouth. You right.
Yeah. Man, this is tough for us, man. As you guys know, we love football. We love basketball. We like basketball. I ain't gonna say Bruce loves it because of the way that the game is now, but I love basketball. But we both love football. We love what our teams did this year. We just love the parity in college football,
man,
and things like that. So, man, just football coming to an end.
Yeah,
it's just it's rocky for us right now, man, because we're not loving the product that the NBA is putting out, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive more into that post this NFL season. But right now, it's just like we're trying to hold on to these football moments as much as we can, man. Fox, you're going to get these top conference title picks, man. We're going to pick it. Young Disciple, Mama loved Magic the way I love LeBron.
Hey,
so
Mama got it right.
Mama got it right. So are you a Laker fan because of Mama? Help me out. Help me out. A Transform. I didn't hear you talk about Jai Alexander. He's on the trade block, you mean. Jai Alexander, I'm not gonna say much about him. Why?
Okay.
Your best ability is what?
Availability.
If we gotta move on, we gotta move on, man. That's as simple as it gets. I'm not gonna elaborate. He's a great corner. He was our great corner, our best corner. So since late 80s, Young Disciple. Okay, he just aced himself right there.
That's what's up, brother.
He just aced himself right there.
Transformer, yo, Lakers and Celtics is tomorrow. Rivalry week, right?
Is it tomorrow?
I think it is.
It's not how out of tune we've been with the NBA.
Just asked if we are watching the game together tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night? What's that, Thursday?
Yeah. Somebody
just check the schedule. I'll probably stop by.
Yeah. Nah, what we should do We should do a live watch party, and we just talk about it as it's going.
I mean, I would prefer us to be together. Pause. Because I mean, we don't want to. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
No, because of the lag. You know, we want to be on the same page because we use it's so many different streaming platforms and stuff that we use that you always want to make sure. You know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it is tomorrow at 10. Ooh, it's a late game.
Oh, that's late. Oh, it's a West Coast game.
I might not even be up for that, bro.
Yeah, man. I gotta.
Might catch the rewind on that one.
Right. I gotta take Ben to school in the morning.
Hey, listen. That's going into because that's Thursday. So that's rolling into Friday morning, man. We got kids, bro.
That's right.
We gotta
get up for school. That's right. We'll figure it out though.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get back to it. Let's get to conference title pick'em. So we got 4 teams remaining and 2 really good games here. Yeah. You want to start off, Transformer?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get it popping. So Saturday, we're gonna have some great matchups. We got AFC and NFC. I'm looking at the divisional round. Am I? I'm so lame.
Probably.
I am looking at the wrong one.
Come on, man.
All right, there we go. All right, so Sunday, excuse me, Sunday. I was like, wait, why is it 8 teams still playing? This don't sound right. We're going to start off with Washington. Washington is going to be traveling to Philadelphia at 3 p.m. to play in the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philly is favored by 6 points, over and under 47.5. If you guys like to dabble in a little bit of gambling, who is your take? Who is your pick out of one of the final 4 teams? Are you going to pick the rookie, the sensation, or are we going to pick Jalen Hurts and the book reading AJ Brown?
The book reading AJ Brown. Man, that's tough. So I am going to go here with Philly. Close. Okay. Washington beat them the last time they played. I think wrapping up the season, either second to last or last game of the season. Washington beat them, and
that was the Devontae Smith drop, right? That was the drop game.
Yeah, I believe so.
Drop game.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels is playing out of his mind, no question about it. He is, and we're gonna talk more in depth about him in a bit. He's balling out. You know what I think the difference in this game here is? Saquon Barkley, bro. He is another level. Like he looks like he is so obsessed with getting the job done and just making the Giants rue the day forever. Yeah. And the way he's playing right now, I really think it's going to be the difference because you know how I am about being able to effectively run the football in the postseason. I think that it's going to be I really think it's going to be Philly. And they also have a really good defense. They can throw some stuff at the young fella who doesn't look bothered by anything, but I'm going to go with Philly here.
This one's tough. I'm having that same feeling, Bruce. I'm having that same feeling. I had it in Buffalo and Ravens.
Okay.
I want to pick Philly. Philly that's where the money's at. That's where I'm not even going to say the overall better team because the way the Commanders are playing right now, they're playing like they got nothing to lose. This is a win season for them. No matter what happens, they're going to look at this season like, dude, we are striving forward. This is going to be a great franchise going forward. Philly they got to battle with us for at least 10 more years to come.
Yeah, Transformer. Can I tell you what it is, man? What's the secret to what the Commanders are doing? It's your guy. It's your guy in the front office.
My guy?
Number 32 in purple and gold. It's that guy.
Oh, Magic Johnson.
Everywhere he goes, winning follows. Jesus
I was like,
Christ.
Wait, what?
It's your guy, 32 in purple and gold.
Since you said that, picking the Commanders. Bump it. Laker Nation, let's go.
I still got to pick Philly, man, but it's just amazing. Right. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I like Philly. Like I said, the biggest difference is going to be this game is truly going to lie on Saquon Barkley. If they could feed Saquon Barkley and if he can hit them gaps and really put this game into a situation to where Jaden Daniels is on the sideline, then they'll win it. My trust in Jalen Hurts is falling. Jalen Hurts in that offense just looks shaky right now. I wonder what they'll look like without Saquon Barkley. I do. I think he's a huge part of this offense. I think he single-handedly put put my Rams pick out. He single-handedly did it.
Yes, he did.
Just off of his ground play and way he's just threatening the defense is so bad. Commanders, they're in a win-win situation no matter what the outcome is. They're gonna win on the season. They're gonna win in their trajectory. They're winning going forward. They have a rookie quarterback. I'm curious on what the Philadelphia Eagles are gonna throw at Jaden Daniels. The man is just under so much poise. He's so calm. The man,
hold that for the next track.
Oh, my bad. Let me digress a little bit.
Yes.
I just love the way Jaden Daniels is playing. If you were to tell me who had the better quarterback out of the two, Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels. And I would put the game in his hands.
That's right.
And see if we can do a little bit more. Better running back out of the two. Of course, I'm going to pick Saquon Barkley. Who wouldn't pick the 2,000-yard rusher?
Right.
Defense, I'll put that in Philly. I think Philly looks better defensively. Offense, I'll lean towards the Commanders. Philly looks one way to me right now. They're very, very one-dimensional, and they're a great one-dimensional team with Saquon Barkley, that offensive line, and ability to run the football. Everything else just looks, like, what are we doing? Like, what are you calling? Right? We're not getting the ball to our weapons. AJ Brown's reading freaking books. Like,
so it's the deal with him reading the book on the sideline, right?
What's
I think
that?
it was after he had a bad play. He was very frustrated. And that book that he reads helps him calm himself and get back into a good mental space where he
number one seller right now, by the
way. There you go. Where he could be a quality contributor to his team. So, he took a minute, read that, got back right, got back out there. And so, like, people are making a big deal out of the reading on the sideline just because it's atypical for a football player. But, I mean, if it works for him, it's a good move.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But, I'm going to go with Philly. I think, eventually the candle has to go out after a while for the rookie, man.
right.
Go out, man, for the rookie. Right. So I think it's going to be a great game. This is a divisional game. This is going to be their third matchup this year. Yeah. I think it's going to be tooth and nail. Dan Campbell and Nick Sirianni are going to have to pull it out. At this point,
no, not Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's in Detroit. It's
Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn. I'm sorry. Thank you for that correction. Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn gambles more than Dan Campbell at this point. He's going for it on every fourth down. So now Philly's biggest question, like, can we stop them in 4 plays? Not 3. Because Dan Campbell, I'm ready to say Dan Campbell. Dan Quinn has shown, like,
that's right.
I trust in my rookie. Go for it. I was
about to say, that's confidence in his quarterback.
I trust in him. Just like, the Philadelphia Eagles, they go for the tush push at 4th and 1.
That's right.
Dan Quinn, he's calling it at 4th and 2, 4th and 3. We're going for it. So it's definitely going to be a gamble game. I think it's going to be very, very close. It's going to be competitive, but I think Philly's going to be able to have enough early in Philly. What's the weather? Weather don't matter.
The weather is. I thought I had it here. Damn, I just had it. I'm gonna go to it real quick.
Fox, what's the weather like in Philly on our game day? He's a Philly fan.
We are looking at warm for Philly, 39 degrees, partly cloudy on Sunday in Philly.
Okay, so it's not going to be cold. So
not terrible. So
this going to be one of them high scoring games. I think both teams are going to get into the high 20s, late 30s. So it's going to be a competitive game in my opinion. But I think Philly got enough. Saquon Barkley, that game is really going to rely on him. It's, to me, Jaden Daniels versus Saquon Barkley. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm with that. But so the thing is, right, no one pretty much has been able to stop Saquon Barkley yet. No one has been able to really stop Saquon Barkley yet. And so him being able to do what he's been able to do, that's the key. But the fact that you said you're concerned about the way Jalen Hurts is playing right now, totally get it. But Saquon Barkley has taken so much pressure off of Jalen Hurts.
Correct.
And also what we have to remember, and again, the young fella looks unflappable, but let's be real here too. Jalen Hurts has been there and done that, right? He's played this game before. He's won this game before. And he's, literally outdueled Patrick Mahomes in the damn Super Bowl. He came up short, true indeed, but he did outdo him. So Jalen Hurts knows what's at stake here. He knows what to do. His weapons are healthy. And again, Saquon, I believe, to your point, difference maker in this game. So,
yeah. It's not going to be the same Jalen Hurts. Did we get any diagnosis of that knee yet?
No, I have not seen anything.
Oh, Fox, can you I know he's probably in tune. I mean, he's from Philadelphia. I hope he knows. But what's the deal with Jalen Hurts and that knee? I know he had a little bit of a knee injury last week in that game. 39 is cold in the north, bro. It ain't 39 in Florida. That's not the point. Minor sprain. Okay. So that's going to limit him a little bit. That's not going to bother him.
Listed as limited on Wednesday's practice estimate.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll have him ready, man.
Yeah. You're going to shoot that thing up and be like, let's go. Put a brace on it. That affects your running, though. The way you're scrambling, the way you're running around. As long as it ain't snowing. No snow, then, it'll be a much better game.
No, it does. But, man, I've had that knee injection, man. It make you believe you got a new knee in there when they shoot that thing up, boy. I tell you what. It's like, what? You don't feel any. Man, look, because I tore my meniscus, so I had problems with it, man. I got the injection, like, as part of the treatment. They said, all right, you got to come back in 6 months. For those 6 months, you don't feel anything in your knee. Like, to the day, that 6 month, to the day. Oh,
it's just like a pain, like somebody shot it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I believe that. I think it's going to be Philly, man.
Okay. All right. We both got Philly?
Yeah, we both got Philly.
I'm itching. I'm itching to pick Washington. If they win, I'm going to be so mad because I know I'm going to put a parlay in and I'm going to have Philly on the parlay and I'm going to be upset.
Then just play the spread then. Don't play the outright.
Yeah. 47.5? Yeah, I think they bought. Yeah, 47.5. I'll definitely pick the over. I'll pick the over on that one. I think because what's that? 23-24. That's 23-24.
Yeah.
23-24. Yeah, I'll put you at about 47. So yeah, I think they can. Like I said, I think it's gonna be high 20s, late 30s. The way both offenses can just really get it going. Did we get snow out here? I did. I got a few flakes out here. Bruce wasn't able to get done. He's a little bit further south in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes away from Transformer. I got nothing.
Yeah, literally it passed just over Jacksonville. So the higher you are in Jacksonville, you would have got a little bit of it. Pensacola and everybody else got hit. Tallahassee got hit.
My daughter out at FAMU, man, she was sending us videos, man. They got some nice. Yeah. She was laughing at all the Florida people out there going crazy with the snow.
Man,
she's like, Dad, you should see them. I'm like, they never seen snow before, sweetheart. Like that's how they are.
Hey, that's like once in a blue moon, man. Literally, it's been what 10, maybe 12, 13 years since we had some snow in here.
Maybe longer than that. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah.
But yeah, let's move on. Let's go ahead and keep this thing rolling. Buffalo, Josh Allen, the rematch against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 2 points at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Who do you have?
They're not even getting the normal home field advantage. The normal home field is 3 points. They're not even getting that. And I'm not a gambling guy, but I got Buffalo here, man. It's time. It's time. Josh Allen and that team, they know that they can beat them. They did it, right? They know that a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, they were 13 seconds away from beating them, right? Everything has been about those 13 seconds. They believe they can beat them. They know they can beat them. I think they go in there and do it.
I like it. Ride with the champs. Steve Spagnuolo is trying to get in the Hall of Fame as an assistant coach.
Isn't he, though?
Steve Spagnuolo is about to get in the Hall of Fame as an assistant coach. Not even a head coach. Like, that's going to be insane to be like, yo, Steve Spagnuolo with all these Super Bowls has never had a head coaching job. And will be in the Hall of Fame. Right.
Yeah.
That man, if anybody can get it done, like I said, the difference that Kansas City is going to have to do against Buffalo, Ravens were a better team Sunday. Sunday. They play Sunday, right? Sunday. Yeah. They play Sunday. Ravens were a better team Sunday. Ran the ball better, passed the ball better. Everything from an offensive metric, Baltimore was better. What was the problem with Baltimore?
Turnovers.
That was the key to football game, right? That'll get you beat every single time. Kansas City doesn't make that mistake at Arrowhead. The way they lost early in the season, what happened to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs?
I think they had 3 turnovers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think Pat had 2 interceptions. I believe somebody had a fumble. Somebody had a fumble, right? So that was, again, the 3 turnovers that Baltimore had, the same 3 turnovers that Kansas City had. Kansas City in the AFC Championship game They know how to close out big moments. They show up big. Every chip is on the line. Every chip is on the line. To me, most time I think Kansas City treats the AFC like that's the Super Bowl, and then they go play the Super Bowl. That's the way they've been playing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ride with Kansas City and not Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, Steve Spagnuolo, that defense. I think that they're gonna, keep their eye on 17 all night, 17 being Josh Allen, and just let everybody else beat you.
Somebody else is gonna come up big, man. I'm trying to tell you, somebody's gonna come up big.
You think who you got? Yeah. Shakir? Cook. Oh, James Cook.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a good game, and then you're gonna see a couple receivers make a play here and there. I think Cook is gonna. I'm telling you, I just think it's time. And also, there's a reason why nobody's ever three-peated, man. It's so hard in football, and realistically, I don't think anyone's even ever been there 3 years in a row. Well, no, correction. The Buffalo Bills went 3 years in a row. No, the Bills.
It was 4 years in a row. Wasn't
it? They did. I'm just saying, in terms of 3 years in a row, the Bills went 3 years in a row. I believe the Steelers have been 3 years in a row. Okay, so there's a couple teams that have done it. I think the Vikings. I know the Vikings lost 4 times in the Super Bowl in the 70s. Regardless, man, I just think it's time. I think it's time, and Josh Allen knows that he can do this, and they did it. No, like this. I agree. Not everyone had Patrick Mahomes.
Everyone had Patrick Mahomes.
No, I get it. But look at, for instance, true indeed. But look at those Bills teams. Look how many Hall of Famers are on those teams, right? Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, freaking Bruce Smith, Jim Kelly, like Hall of Fame coach. Like those teams were loaded. Tons of Pro Bowlers, 4 or 5 Hall of Famers. Like, it can be no, they didn't have Patrick Mahomes. But Jim Kelly was damn good in his own right. You know what I'm saying? But, Buffalo believes they can beat these guys. Remember, they have in the regular season.
Yep.
Obviously,
but the thing is,
different ball game.
Exactly, because who beat who in the regular season in the last game? Ravens dog walked the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, right.
So I think they're like, oh man, we already beat them in the regular season, but I know somebody in that locker room like, hey man, the Ravens beat us. They dog walked us in the regular season. What did we just do against them?
Right.
Can it flip? Right. So I mean, like I said, I think this game is gonna be about turnovers. Can Josh Allen win how he won against Baltimore with the way he played? No,
I think they're gonna need more from him.
They're gonna need Superman.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna need Superman because, like I said, Kansas City's not gonna give him the ball that many times.
Right.
And you got to think, Steve Spagnuolo, y'all didn't turn over the ball last week. He's trying to get y'all to turn over the ball this week.
Facts.
That's what he does. He dials up pressures and disguises pressures. Pressure's coming.
You almost got me wanting to change my pick, but I'm gonna stay here. But because you know why? I just thought about the absolute game record on defense is Chris Jones.
Yep.
That dude always comes up with a play in these games, man. Chris Jones is a beast. He's like, I keep saying it. He's Aaron Donald light. He's a monster.
Yeah. Is Taylor Rapp gonna be playing?
Don't know. I didn't check the injuries on that.
That's gonna be a huge piece because who's gonna watch Kelsey? Who's watching Kelsey come across the middle?
I don't think it matters who's watching Kelsey, and the reason why these guys have been playing together and have such a connection. Kelsey just always manages to find the spot, and Mahomes just finds him.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Spags has 3 rings now, Transformer, maybe 4.
I know one with the Giants.
One with the Giants, and I know at least 2 with
Does he have all 3 in Kansas City?
I don't know if he's got all 3 in Kansas City.
Or was it a different coordinator the first go around? I think he was there.
I thought so, but let's find out. Steve Spags.
Oh, you're already looking it up. Let me stop typing.
Yeah, I'm looking it up, man.
I think he has 4 because he got one with the Giants.
Right.
When they beat Tom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
4-time Super Bowl champion. There we go.
Yeah, so he does have all 3.
He's got right.
Yeah,
so that'll be 3 with the Chiefs. He's a beast.
4, then possibly going for a number 5.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Taylor Rapp remains day to day. He has a hip and back injury. Matt Milano. Yep.
Yeah.
He's limited participation, elbow hamstring. I think he's going to play.
Oh, he's going to
Deion
play.
Dawkins, he did not practice. That's not good. Inspector, the linebacker, he's returning from injury reserve, so that's going to be a positive. But losing Rap and not having Dawkins, and possibly I think Milano's going to play. You know, that's gonna be a lot of pressure on who's covering who up in that game. Because, like I said, I mean, Kansas City did right. They loaded up with veterans. You got Travis Kelce, but you got to think number 8 over there too. He's never been in this position. He's been dying to win something, right? So I think that's a low key big target that Buffalo needs to keep their eye on him, because this might be that one game where they like, hey, all right, number 8, let's go show him why we got you.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, that's my pick. You got Buffalo. I got Kansas City. We both got Philly.
Yeah.
Look at the ticket price difference, man. It is the lowest ticket is $491 for the Philly game. The lowest is $210 for the Buffalo Kansas City game, man.
Well, part of that is location, man.
Philly,
Freaking East Coast and all that. Very much more expensive place to be. So everything's more expensive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you had to go to one of those games, which one would you go to?
Oh, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Kansas. Yeah. That matchup is too. Yeah. Kansas City.
Legendary. Because this was what the fifth time they're gonna battle each other in the playoffs, ain't it?
Is it?
I think it's the fifth time. I think Pat is 4-0 against him.
Well, he has to be. The only active player to ever beat him in the playoffs is Burrow.
Yeah, I think he's 4-0. So I think this will be matchup number 5. Yeah, they've met each other quite a few times. They no, this could be the 4th. 13-second game.
That sounds a little more.
They blew him out one time, and then the first time, I think when Pat first got in the league, I want to say his first or second year, I think they beat Buffalo. So this may be their 4th matchup. I got to go back and look at it. But yeah, that's what we got, guys. In the chat, man, let us know what you guys thinking. I know we're kind of going off topic here. I'm looking at Jimmy Butler and the Suns, and Bradley Beal going to Milwaukee. Stay on topic, chat.
Right, we got plenty of time to get to the NBA. That's coming, y'all. But right now, it's football time, man. We got time.
What you guys think,
y'all? You know what? This is what we're gonna do. They're gonna let us know because
you're gonna open the phone lines. Yes, sir.
You don't know what time it is.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think, man. I know you guys are caught up on Jimmy. Jimmy did catch a 2-game suspension. That could have been another quick hit. Jimmy did have a 2-game suspension for missing a flight. He wants out of there, man. I think Pat Riley's. He's going tomorrow.
Generate to get out of there. But,
yeah, he like the way Pat Riley is. Pat don't like that. Jimmy's going tomorrow. Yeah, he's gonna get him out of there.
But see, Pat also, he'd be like, yo, I know what you're doing, and we're not going to allow you to do it. Laker Nation, why does Jimmy need a ring? Why does he need a ring?
I don't think
this is what we got to stop this. And that's weird coming from you being a Laker fan and understanding what greatness truly is. We got to stop this business of assuming that every really good player needs or deserves a ring. I'm not with that. I'm not with that at all. Like, he needs a ring. Why? Yeah, he's a very good player. So there's a lot of very good players that don't have rings. Dominique Wilkins don't have a ring.
Patrick
McGrady don't have a
Charles
ring.
Barkley.
Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley. There you go.
Yeah.
A lot of all-time greats don't have a ring.
Everybody
Why does
don't
Jimmy
get that
Butler
chip.
need a ring? Thank you. There's a
Everybody
separator. That's right.
Yeah.
And Lakers fans, as well as anybody, should know everybody don't get a ring. Y'all know that.
You want to get a ring?
Here we go.
Come to death row.
You know what?
Come to death row, baby. Laker Nation, you know that one. You want to win a ring? Come to death row. Okay.
Here you go.
Come on, death row.
You don't want your producer all dancing in the video.
You don't want the GM dancing all in the videos. You want them to sit back with his suit on, making the right trades, getting us back in them positions to keep winning. Come over to death row, baby. Come over to death row. Sign up.
No. I'm not hating at all, Laker Nation. I'm not. I'm just trying to understand. Like, there's this odd mentality in like among modern NBA consumers that every good player deserves a ring, and I'm like, that's not how that goes. There's a lot of players much better than Jimmy Butler, on the all-time list, much higher, that don't have rings. So that's just what I'm saying. Not hating that.
Twice? I don't think Jimmy's been twice.
Maybe been twice. He went in the
Denver beat him.
He went in the bubble, and then he lost to
against Denver.
Yeah, there you go. So
Denver beat him too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't say I don't think anybody deserves I'm not gonna say deserve, but needs a ring. Nah, I mean you get it or you don't.
If you needed that bad,
you get it or you don't.
Plain and simple. That's it.
Yeah,
you'll get it.
I don't think he needs a ring. I think Jimmy's legacy is what it is. I don't think a ring will change much of that.
Correct. That's not going to change it. No, it's not going to raise him above anybody that he shouldn't be above all time. Yeah. It's not. All right. So no calls here. Wow, you're right. Good call, Steve. Yeah. But we're not going down that road, Steve. We are going to move right on.
Oh, he's trying to say Suge.
Yeah, he's saying Suge. Mm-hmm.
Got it. I was like, Surge. Who was Surge?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. We're not going to elaborate on that one, Steve. Steve. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and delete that comment. I'm messing with you.
All right, you want to move on to the next topic, bro?
Yes, sir, man. So last week,
yes,
I picked. Who did they play? Jesus Christ! It just left my brain.
Played Detroit, man.
Played Detroit. Jesus. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that game. The Bucks. The Bucks game is what I meant.
Okay.
The Bucks game is what I meant. The beginning of the playoffs, Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders with a rookie at helm.
Yes.
Had to play Tampa Bay Bucks in Tampa. Tampa, of course, won their division, so of course they get to host the playoff game. Of course, Washington was a wild card team. They were the 6th seed, while Green Bay was the 7th seed. Jaden Daniels decides that screw all that.
That's
rookie,
right.
whatever that, goes and beat Baker touchdown maker.
Sure does.
In a great fashion to win his first playoff game in his rookie season.
That's right.
Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn and the Washington Commanders said, no, we're not going to stop there. There was a team by the name of the Detroit Lions, 15-2, number one seed in the NFC, the highest first time ever being number one. Everything in the NFC would have to come through Detroit. And the Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels, Dan Quinn, lined it up and said, hey, you know what a spoil that number one seed you got is if I had to come in with a rookie and that rookie was on fire, he came and beat Detroit at home in his back-to-back road playoff games.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think they did a great job of doing that. They came in and put up 40-something points against the Detroit Lions, knocking off the number one seed in the NFC, and now are in the NFC Championship game to play Philadelphia Eagle, who was a divisional rival. But when I got there, it wasn't until after the Detroit game where I decided to text Bruce. Me and Bruce talked offline, and I said, dude, is this possibly one of the greatest rookie seasons we've ever seen off of a quarterback? Is this possibly one of the greatest quarterback rookies we've ever seen? The poise, the calmness, the demeanor. It was a play against Detroit. He got hit in the head. It was a hit to the head. Wasn't called. Wasn't no flag. He took his helmet off. He looked at the helmet like the helmet was wrong. And like, are you okay? Okay, cool. Smiled, put it back on, and went right back in the game. The kid has a level of poise that I've never really seen as a rookie quarterback in said situation. So it got me to ponder, and I'm like, hey, look, guys, we need to have a segment to talk about this kid's rookie season, because this is by far one of the greatest rookie seasons we've ever seen from a quarterback. So that's what brought up this topic, Bruce. I wanted to elaborate that question more and more on this show here. Is this possibly the greatest rookie quarterback you've seen in the NFL?
So I'm always hesitant to, when we talk about, again, it's kind of the same thing with the NBAs, right? In terms of crossing over eras, because obviously we know this is this league, you can't really hit quarterbacks, you can't really hit receivers the way you could. So that helps to boost the percentages, and there's a lot more short throws in the repertoires of most quarterbacks nowadays. But to your point, it may well be the greatest rookie quarterback season we've seen, because remember, not only is there the winning, right? 12-5 as a rookie. Most of the time you see when a quarterback gets drafted is how he gets drafted to a bad team, right?
Correct.
And the Commanders weren't good last year. They draft this kid number 2 overall, I believe, right? Similar to RG3. And he just goes out, easily has, the offensive rookie of the year season, sets the record, broke Lamar Jackson's rookie rushing record for a quarterback. He does that. But the scary thing is, I was just talking to my other homeboy about this the other day. He's more advanced as a passer in this early stage of his career than Lamar Jackson was. And that's no shot on Lamar. We know how great Lamar is. But I think whereas Lamar could always pass the ball, but it kind of took a little bit longer for him to get into the flow of the NFL passing game, Jayden Daniels came in ready to go. Now, part of that, he had really good coaching in college. Mike Denbrock was his coach. He got a Heisman. And then also he played like almost 60 college games, right? And so that helps. And then as well as that, he played a lot of big-time games in big-time arenas. So I think that has maybe something to do with him being as unflappable as he is in big game situations, right? So that helps. But you just look at the kid, man, and he's 69% completions on the year. How often do you see a rookie do that? Almost never, right?
No.
25 touchdowns, single-digit interceptions. How often do you see a rookie have single-digit interceptions? Almost never. We saw C.J. Stroud do that last year, but he took a step back this year. We'll see what Daniels is next year. But just watching overall, man, a QBR as a rookie of 70.5. Again, right, super unusual. And you just watch him, and this guy is and then you watch him when he runs the football. It's like he doesn't look like he's going that fast, but he just runs past people. He doesn't look as if excuse me, he doesn't look as if he's running that fast. And he somehow is always able to pick up the necessary yards and maybe a little more. And it's like, how is this guy doing this? Like, plain and simple, how is he doing this? 891 rushing yards on the year, 891, And so you're saying, holy cow. Yeah, what was it? 8.7 yards per carry, I believe this is. Like, so he is
8.7. Yeah.
Amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm no Commanders fan. I didn't know he was going to be this. I really didn't. Like, I knew he was going to be solid. I didn't know he was going to be this. So shout outs to the young fella. Real quick, really short clip of ESPN noted draft guru Mel Kiper, and this is what he had to say recently about Jayden Daniels.
Jayden's been, and I've said this all along, all year, I say he's the 5th best quarterback in the NFL right now. I said it a long time ago. He was playing at the 5th best quarterback level. Number 1 is Patrick Mahomes. Number 2 is Lamar Jackson. 3 is Josh Allen. 4 is Joe Burrow. And 5 is Jayden Daniels. He's right now the 5th best quarterback in the NFL. And there's 4 grand slams at quarterback. No more, just 4. Now there's 5 with Jayden Daniels.
He might be right. He might be right.
That goes in that list.
He might be right. And I think, was it Bruce who asked us that when he called in a few weeks back? Is Jayden Daniels the top 5 quarterback? And I said no. Yeah, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I believe. Like I want to say he named the same players. I think me and Bruce were commenting the same. Like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Okay, them are your 4.
Not necessarily in that order, but those are the 4.
Yeah, like that. Right. That's your hierarchy as far as pinnacle. Yeah. We're the 4 best, greatest quarterbacks in the football game.
Yeah.
They may have to extend out Mount Rushmore.
Man, listen.
They have to add another face on the end.
Yeah.
Because right now, and like I said, this is early. So you right now you should be in plans to add a 5th place. So let me say that because this is just rookie season. You don't have a lot on him. Next year could be one of these C.J. Stroud type of years, but the way he's playing looks different to me than C.J. Stroud. It looks different.
And C.J. looked a lot like this last year. He looked a lot like this.
Game-winning drives, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, the kid is the kid is different. I mean, that's the only word I can. And to the point that you made earlier, we just got to keep going back to he never looks annoyed. He never looks rushed. He never looks bothered. And the thing that I'm amazed with, I'm not the big Russell Wilson guy, but much like Russell Wilson, he is an amazingly accurate deep ball thrower. Like those two, It's like Russell Wilson, Jaden Daniels, and probably Joe Burrow, 3 best deep ball throwers in the league. Like, them dudes can really drop it in the damn basket. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, and literally, you know, I'm watching and I'm like, how the hell did he put it there? And I'm talking about tight coverage. And
off his back foot, just backing up like, it's right there. It's like right in the bucket. Like, you couldn't throw it any better. Against a guy crossing across the middle of the field. He's over here staring a linebacker dead in the face, like, nah, it's right there. I got him. It's right there.
Steve, leave Russell Wilson alone, man. No,
Jay needs to get on that transformer program to gain some more pounds. Hey, right now you don't need it.
I was about to say, Edward, maybe he doesn't, because you don't want him. You don't want that to slow him down, and he's not taking hits. Like, if he was taking hits, you say, okay, you know, get a little more, build up a little bit, but he doesn't need that, right?
Yeah,
because
as we saw with Lamar Jackson,
he always runs out of bounds.
Yeah, as we saw when Lamar Jackson, he gained 13 pounds? I want to say the previous season.
Yeah,
and he just didn't feel right. You know, he was just
he says he didn't feel right, so he dropped it off this past off season, and you know, got right back to himself. You know, but man. And he's doing this, and he doesn't necessarily have like elite weapons. Obviously, you know, he's got McLaurin, who I believe is a Pro Bowler.
He's the only Pro Bowl on the team.
There you go. So it's not like he's got a bunch of elite weapons, but he's doing something amazing. And this may well be the greatest rookie. Now again, caveat. See, this is where I have the problem. And I don't want to take anything away from how amazing the young man has been. It's just, let me give you an example. Remember Drew Bledsoe, the guy Tom Brady took the job from?
Correct.
NFL's first $100 million quarterback. Drew Bledsoe talked about his very first game, right? He says, yo, I'm going back to
his
pass.
game or Jaden Daniels' game?
His Drew Bledsoe's very first NFL game. Says, I'm going back to pass. Okay. The great Bruce Smith comes around the corner. He beats the tackle, comes around the corner, hits me, and puts that helmet right in my back between the 1 and the 1. He said he thought he was gonna die. Like he got destroyed by Bruce Smith. His very first NFL game, right? So quarterbacks was getting creamed that way. They were getting crushed. That would be unnecessary roughness today. That affects your percentage, right? Having to stand in there and take those hits. Receivers coming across the middle, they were getting blasted. Steve Atwater, Chuck Cecil, Ray Lewis,
Brian Dawkins,
Brian Dawkins. Thank you. You know, all these type of dudes.
Cam Chancellor,
destroying people coming across the middle. Again,
don't do it.
That affects your percentages. That
Bob
affects
Sanders. Why am I forgetting my guy Bob Sanders?
Bob
Salute
Sanders,
the short guys, man. Yes, salute my short guys, man. Bob Sanders was a missile, boy.
What? Yeah, Bob Sanders was out there trying to decapitate people. But
he ended up hurt most of the time. Like just blasting guys.
Water, Ronnie Lott, you know, all those guys. Yeah. So, but I say that to say it was more difficult as a rookie quarterback back then. And also the coaches back then, when you came into the league, you had to learn that new system. They weren't bringing your college stuff with you. You know what I'm saying? So all of those are things that are helping quarterbacks to adjust more quickly and more easily now. Not going to take that away from them because that's what they got. But that's why I'm kind of loath to, if you notice, I'm always loath to say that guys who play whatever the sport is or compete in whatever it is under easier conditions, it's just hard for me to say that they're better than the guys before because it's made easier for them. Regardless, that's my normal stance, but the kid is real.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can say he's having the best rookie season I've ever seen, but he's having a hell of a damn rookie season.
Yeah. I hear you on everything you just said. Screw all that.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to fault the kid for being, when he was born. That's on. He can't control that.
No.
He the control was in front of him.
That's right.
Daniel isn't the first rookie quarterback to lead his team to a conference championship game. There have been 5 others: Sean King, Tampa Bay, Ben Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh Steelers, Joe Flacco, of course your Ravens, Mark Sanchez, New York Giants, Brock Purdy, the San Francisco 49ers.
The only thing I'm sorry, go ahead. Pardon me. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. He's one of 6. All of those other 5 teams, look at them teams. Sean King, we're talking Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Right.
Warren Sapp and those boys.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger, Do I need to mention more?
No.
Joe Flacco. Do I really need to mention more about the Baltimore Ravens?
Exactly where I was going when you start naming those names.
Mark Sanchez. There's a guy that had his own island over there.
Yeah,
man, you couldn't throw in
defenses were crazy.
An entire vicinity. Brock Purdy. I mean, who doesn't make $30 million over there in San Fran? Commanders were 4-13 in the previous season. They're 12-5 this year. They're in an NFC Championship game with one Pro Bowler. Name me one of their defenders.
Right.
Name me one off the top of your head. Can you?
I'm really thinking about it,
and I'm trying to think hard right now.
Yeah. I got one.
Lattimore?
Mikey Sanders Mikey Sanders, the rookie cornerback out of Michigan who got that big pick last week.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's all I got.
Other than that, Lattimore, maybe, because that was the big trade that they had in the offseason.
Yes, because Lattimore and who was it? He got into a thing like who was it they played in the first round?
Mike Evans. You know, they always go back.
Mike Evans and Lattimore. There you go. That's okay.
Boy, them boys been fighting for years.
Yeah, but I get your point. Next 100 a game, I get you, man. And I said, I was wrong about it. I have no qualms admitting I was wrong about it. I got you.
Yeah. Oh, that's why we're giving the segment right now, Nix.
Yeah.
I mean, this is well overdue. Like I said, like the kid, but to elaborate more where I was going at, he's one of 6 other rookie quarterbacks to bring his team to a conference championship game, with him only having one Pro Bowler. We just mentioned the other teams, the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Ravens, the Jets, and the 49ers. Those guys all had 6 or 7 plus Pro Bowlers on offense and the defense.
I was about to say in elite defenses, and some of those guys had Hall of Famers on those teams too.
We're talking top 5. Do we need to say more about Pittsburgh Steelers or the Baltimore Ravens? Do we need to say more about Warren Sapp and what he just destroyed everything that came up the middle? Do we need to mention
Barber and the rest of them?
Rondé Barber. Do we need to mention the guy? I just need to mention the guy who had his own island over there in the New York Jets. He had his own island. You don't throw that way. Like, you're as a quarterback, you're like, hey, bro, we're gonna focus on the left side of the field because he's on that side. Okay, he switched sides. We're throwing on the right side of the field because he just decided to go over on that side. Brock Purdy, I mean, just numerous amounts of Pro Bowlers. Even the fullback is a freaking Pro Bowler. That's how loaded that the San Francisco 49ers are with Brock Purdy.
I think when Mark Sanchez was a rookie and they went to the AFC title game, Jets had the #1 running game in the league too. You know, all that stuff helps. So
we got all those.
To your point, probably other than Brock Purdy, and even more so than Brock Purdy, because Brock Purdy has had, in fairness, a lot of weapons. I don't think any of those guys you've mentioned had been asked to do what Jaden Daniels is asked to do, nor had they been trusted by their coaching staff the way Jaden Daniels is trusted by his. So great point there.
And you can see the trust because out of those 5 quarterbacks, I can't recall one game where I saw him say, the coach go look at the sideline, we're going for it on 4th down.
Right.
We're going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
We're going for it on 4th down.
We're
going for it on 4th down. Like, how many times are we going to keep going for it? And it's not just the going for it. You know, you got to have guts. You got to have trust in your quarterback. They're converting. He's converting on these 4th downs. You see him go to the line. He looks at the sideline, going for the 4th down. Cool, bet. Calling the play, lined up, snap. He's making the right play. Right now, they run a triple option. He's one of few teams. They have the ability to run a triple option. I can either hand it, I can toss it right here across the middle to Zach Ertz, or I can run it outside. He's running a triple option. That's the way he was diming up Detroit. They couldn't stop the triple option. They don't know what the kid's going to do. That's going to be one of the things that Philly's going to have to address, because they're like, okay, good. We got to keep an eye on him. We got to keep an eye on Austin Eckler. And we got to look out for where Scary Terry and Zach Ertz is coming across his middle, because that triple option, we got to really hit home every single time. And on 4th down, they got to stop him on 4th down. Dan Quinn is showing, I believe in my quarterback. You wasn't saying that about Ben Roethlisberger, Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, Brock Purdy. You wasn't saying that about those guys. So I say that all to say, this is by far one of the greatest rookies I've seen, especially in my lifetime. And, you know, given the circumstances, you know, we could say about, you know, how rookies are developed and whatever. the treatment back then is different than what we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
But to see a team go from 4-13 to 12-5 to make it to an NFC Championship game, to win Rookie of the Year, to do it with one Pro Bowler receiver, to do it with not being able to name more than one, maybe two defenders on the defense. I gotta give it to him, man. The kid is just. He shut my mouth when he beat Tampa. He shut it. I'm like, all right,
yeah.
On the road, he's on the road in these games,
and don't just beat Detroit. Beats the brakes off Detroit.
Beats the brakes off of them.
4-5. Like, whoa, what's going on here?
The number one seed,
the
best team in the NFC,
best team.
That's funny. Dan Campbell and what's his Vikings head coach McDonald.
Kevin O'Connell.
Why do I always want to call a man McDonald? Kevin O'Connell. The after game seat. Hey man, I see you in the playoffs. See you in 2 weeks.
Word, that's right.
Both of them went home.
Guess not.
Same week. Both of them went home. They're both at home. So
that's a great point. Yeah, man.
and to be a part of that as a rookie quarterback, you saw Dan Campbell say that, and you're like, okay, so he thought that he was going to be playing Minnesota in this round. Okay, say less. Not only that, I'm going to deliver good butt cutting for you. I'm going to deliver a good butt cutting.
Steve, it's not disregard for what Big Ben did, but good and damn well he was turning around, handing that thing to the bus, and the Steelers were playing lights out, lockdown defense. Stop it, man. You know that, Steve. Come on, man. I'm an AFC North guy too. You know what it is. That's no disrespect to Big Ben. Come on, man.
Big Ben after that, Big Ben started cutting up,
with
the bees over there.
Yeah, not early. No.
Le'Veon Bell, Antonio Brown, and Martavius Bryant. The boy started after a while, boy, you just knew he was throwing it. Ben's going to throw it.
Yeah.
If not, then to tackle him, you had to tackle him like twice. Because he's going to share that first one off. Like, nah, that first one, just brush that one off. Still running. He's going to throw it 40 yards deep. But
right.
But yeah, I wanted to make this segment about Jaden Daniels to congratulate, show the man love. The rookie is sensational. I've never wanted to watch a Washington Commanders game, period. Even when RG3 was out, I was just like, we'll see what it is. That's just not my team to watch. He makes me want to watch those games.
Facts.
It's like,
Facts.
Like, what can this kid do? I'm gonna definitely be watching this Philly game closely. It's gonna be at 3 p.m. on Sunday. And if he makes it to the Super Bowl, it will be one of one.
Yes.
No rookie quarterback has made it to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
He will be one of one. So at that point, he will put a stamp on, I am the greatest rookie quarterback you've ever seen.
That's right.
Congratulations, Jaden Daniels, so far. Got unfinished business. You got another game to make it to the Super Bowl, and you got 2 more to win it, man. So, good job. If you're in the DMV and you're a Washington Commander fan, I know Philly, Dallas, and what's the other team? New York. Y'all are just like, we are in trouble.
Big trouble.
That kid is coming.
And he's only going to get better.
He's only going to get better. That team is only going to get better.
No doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let me say this before we open up the phone lines, man. I should have said it at the beginning of this segment, but man, shouts to my favorite Commanders fan in this world, Tracy. What up, God sis? I love you, and I know you're enjoying this. And I will never ever root for the Commanders, but I want you to be happy. So good luck on Sunday.
Hey, and let me shout out Chief Miller, man. Chief Miller, my boy Gary Miller, man, undefeated, the undisputed my spade partner, undefeated, undisputed, and still undefeated.
Okay.
As my spades partner, man. He's a Washington Commanders fan. I was texting him with the Detroit Lions game, like, hey, boy, y'all looking legit. Hey, he texted me back. We ain't finished. We gotta finish.
Right.
Gotta finish, man. He was locked in. Job's not done. He's a Kobe fan too. Huge Kobe fan. That's my brother, man. We went to his wedding. I mean, matter of fact, I think they're coming up this year is their, don't give me the line on you, Gary, 6-year anniversary. I believe their 6-year anniversary, 2025.
Oh, okay. Oh, she in here.
Somewhere around there.
What up, Tracy? What up? I didn't even see you in here, but no, I'm not
Still
converting.
time to convert.
No, we're not doing that. Oh man, I know we messed up that Super Bowl, man. I'm sorry. What can I say?
Oh, Commanders Ravens.
Yeah, man.
That would have been man. That would have been one of the most watched games in a while, just to see those two go back and forth.
Right. All right, you ready to open up these phone lines, man? Let's get some calls in here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's take a couple calls. All right, y'all know what time it is, man. Go ahead and hit the line up and let's do it. Let's talk a little bit about Jaden Daniels. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Yeah, he's different.
He's different, man.
But I told you already, Transformer. I know what it is. Oh, it's magic. You know.
Well, this would be number. How many he'll have at this point? 11?
About 147. 111.
Because the Dodgers just won one. They just won another one.
Yeah, man. Winning just follows this dude, man.
Jesus. You know what? Siri, how many championships?
You know I have some issues, man. you know I have some issues, right?
Ownership titles. Here we go. Ownership titles. He has 5 as a player, 5 as a partial owner of the Lakers. Mm-hmm. He's won championships with his esports franchise, Team Liquid, 2 with the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. Another one is that's the franchise. Okay, he won with the Sparks. Yeah, he won another one with the Sparks.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. How many championships is he gonna win?
He's getting up around 20 or something like that. He's got a lot.
So there's 5, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Jesus
16.
Christ. He gonna make me take back all the good stuff I said about him, man.
That's 16 championships.
That's crazy. Laker Nation, what's good, my brother? How are you?
Good. I just called in because nobody was calling in.
Oh man, hey, appreciate you.
I'm sorry, I'll get the show moving.
Right. There's no problem. What you got, man?
No, Transformer, you can't keep the show moving, man. No, I'm just playing.
What you got, man?
No, man, it's very rarely when you see somebody come into the league and just make a name for themselves. Mm-hmm. Without coming in with like super clout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they just tell you like y'all gonna talk about me. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just like what he did.
Yeah.
He was he's in a perfect situation for him. Mm-hmm. He's with a coach that believes in him. Yep. And I always believe that. Hey, if a player feels like you got his back, you don't throw him under the bus or chop his legs off when he makes a mistake. You let him learn and grow. They will go through a brick wall for you. Mm-hmm. I think that's basically what's going on over there.
Yeah, no, I
think he got the right coach. I think he just got the right perfect, the perfect position for him. And also, y'all gonna hate me for saying this, but also sometimes, you get the good luck of the draw too.
I mean, all that helps. I've always said it, man. Every champion has some luck on their side, and that's not taking anything away from them, right? Every champion gets some luck on their side. So, we can go back to your Lakers in '88 against the Pistons, right? I'm just saying, every champion has some luck on. We can go back to the Warriors in their first championship run. We can go to my Celtics last year in their most recent championship. Every champion gets a little bit of luck. So I feel you on that. No disagreement there.
Why you got to throw the Lakers in there first, though, man?
You know why? Looking at the screen, Transformers hat. Like that was how it happened. I'm looking at the screen and I see Transformers hat. That's the reason.
Oh man, come on.
see how he do Transformers. Like the more you get to know Bruce, you see how he do.
It's crazy work.
Hey man, I mentioned my guys too, man.
Jabs at you.
Hey, I mentioned my guys too. It's no jab.
He throw those subtle jabs at you. He's like that one uncle that hits you in the ribs when the parents say, "Look."
Oh man, y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. But you got anything else, brother?
I'm just gonna say this before I go, man. I'm hating on Jimmy Butler, man.
Nah, man. Okay, that's a topic for another day, but nobody's hating on Jimmy Butler.
Leave that man alone.
All right.
Leave that man alone. He's just following the footsteps of the divas that came before him.
Okay. Fair enough.
You know, there was another diva that was there that got the boot, so he's just following the footsteps.
Fair enough.
No, but Jalen Daniels is the truth. You know, I think he's gonna pull it out against the Eagles. You know, I don't have no faith in them. You know, I don't have no faith in them, even though they're at home. I don't have no faith. I don't have no faith in them. I think they're gonna pull it out.
I think Saquon on a mission, man.
I think it's gonna be Commanders. It's gonna be a Commanders and Chiefs Super Bowl, man.
Well, we'll find out. We will find out.
Can the Rook? That's gonna be the storyline. Can the Rook? I can't rhyme it without it making sounding good. Can the Rookie? The king of the mountain right now.
Right.
Up there on the pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
Can the Rook knock him off?
That would be something, wouldn't it?
That's a storyline.
Yeah.
Man. But I'm gonna let somebody else call. I just wanted to call and get in nobody call.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Oh, we greatly appreciate it, brother.
Oh, yeah.
What up, man?
Oh, yeah. I like that I know you got a lot of guts wearing that Notre Dame sweater, but come on, man, take that off.
No, well, I'm wearing it today because it's not, and there's no Notre Dame topic. So, you know, I just figured out. I mean, hey, I admitted that we were, you know, the inferior team on the other night. So what can I do? You know, so it is what it is.
But in a few weeks, it's going to be Transformer. In a few weeks after football is over, after the first week of February, go LA.
Oh, yeah. You already know, man. You know, when the playoffs start. Lakers in 5.
Don't worry. I'm going to get my little drop on the mixer here. Beat LA. Beat LA.
Oh, why, though? Why?
You know why.
You know we're not playing, y'all.
It doesn't matter. You know how that chant started, right?
But no.
Do you know how that chant started?
Focus on the now.
No. That chant started. It doesn't matter if you're not playing us. That chant started in, I want to say 82. We lost to in the 82-83 season in the finals. In the Eastern Conference, the Celtics lost to the Sixers, and the crowd started chanting in Boston as the time was running down towards the Sixers. Beat LA. Beat LA. That's how that started. So it don't have to be us playing y'all. It's whoever's playing y'all.
We don't
gotta
care.
beat LA.
We don't care.
That's when you know. That's when you know you in their head.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
They got a dream. They got a dream about us.
Yes.
You're thinking
we hate y'all, just like y'all hate us.
That is true. The only reason why I hate green so much, I don't even carry dollar bills. I carry credit cards.
I love
my credit card purple and gold. Like it ain't even green.
That's love. That's love.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna let somebody else call in.
All right, Laker Nation, man. We probably just about to move this to the next topic, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
I mean, yeah, we can. Still football, shit, man. This whole day is about football. Yeah,
no doubt. Yeah,
we gotta hold on to.
That's what I'm saying. We running out of these, man. We running out of these. Yeah, all right. All right, let's take it to the next one. Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady is widely regarded as the GOAT. Definitely the GOAT at the position of quarterback, and some people say he's the greatest football player of all time. I personally don't really subscribe to that, but
football player?
Yes, I've heard that said as well. I don't agree. I don't agree, but I do believe he's the greatest quarterback of all time, like hands down right now. But Patrick Mahomes is he's on a rocket ship trajectory, and that's what we're going to talk about here. Mahomes is obviously chasing Brady for GOAT, and the question is, can he catch him, and what would it take for that to happen? So I guess we will start with you here, Transformer, and kind of what are your thoughts on this, man?
So this is a Bron Jordan conversation.
You think so?
I think this is going to be one of those type of conversations. His name is going to be forever in the conversation with Tom based on what he's doing. As you know, Kobe was against Jordan, Bron is against Jordan, and as he continues to keep playing, the conversation still continues on who's the greatest. Right now, Mahomes has a very, very, very great chance, a great opportunity to surpass him. A three-peat, nobody's ever done it. Nobody's ever done it. That's been one of the hardest things to do in the sport of football. Much easier than other sports. As you guys know, it's a lot of parity. It's a lot of moving pieces. One hit, you hurt. It's one and done. There's no series of games that you got to lose, like in the NBA, like in baseball, like in hockey, and other sports like that. You win or go home. It's all about who shows up the better team that day. Patrick Mahomes, 3 Super Bowls in 7 years of playing. Got drafted. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong stats here. Got drafted in 2017. And we're here 2024. That is 8 years, and he has a quarterback. A record of 89-23. He's never had less than two wins in a season. He has 3 Super Bowls with 3 Super Bowl MVPs. He has 2 MVPs.
Already got 4 Super Bowl appearances as well.
Already has 4 Super Bowl appearances. As we know, that was the one that Tom Brady won with the Tampa Bay Bucks. And pretty much Mahomes was literally throwing the football parallel to the ground. Parallel to the ground, throwing the ball 50 yards, which would have probably been one of the greatest passes / catches we've ever seen. If you catch the football, you got to catch the football, man. Just got to catch it. Boy, this is a tough one, man. As we know, I mean, body of work. Tom Brady has done it. Tom Brady right now sits at the mountaintop. There's nobody has dethroned him yet. 7 Super Bowls can't go unparalleled. You got 6 in New England. You have your 1 in Tampa. Literally got it the very next season. Even though I say that Tampa Bay was a great, great team, you just had a turnover machine and Jameis Winston over there. Created his own 30 for 30. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. Crazy work, right?
Crazy work.
Literally took that same team with a great defense still to this day, and won you a Super Bowl. This one's a good one, man. Boy, where else can you go with this conversation? Sitting off here from Mahomes, and his team still has number 1 seed, was undefeated for damn near half the season. This is it. I say this a lot, Laker Nation. This is my fear for Jaden Daniels. Everything you do from here on out is compared to now. Like you didn't have a build up I gotta get here. Your start is so freaking high that your bar is so freaking high. That's Patrick Mahomes.
So now you've created this expectation for yourself and your team year in, year out.
Exactly. You're already here. When you come in the NFL and in your second season, you got an MVP. Like, you're already here. So everything you do after that,
touchdowns in that second year too.
50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Correct. 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards.
Insane.
I mean, what else did you had a QBR of 80.3?
Yeah, man. What are we gonna do with that? Led the league in yards per attempt, 9.5. I think Tyreek Hill was still there, but still, what are we doing with that?
What are we doing with that? Right. So everything else has been compared to what he's done prior to that. Of course, he won his second MVP in 2022, which he had 41 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 5,250 yards. Just was airing that thing out that season. I believe that was the season Tyreek Hill left. No, that was last season. That was his last season. That was his last season. Yeah, that was last season with Tyreek Hill.
Right.
But my point, man, you set the bar so high that everything is compared to that, right? It's tough. it's tough. The mantle right now is so high for him. Can
Right.
he get him? Can Patrick Mahomes get Tom Brady?
Mm-hmm.
He has 10 years to figure it out. This
That's
three-peat of
You
this
think he's going to
three-peat
play 10 more years?
what he's 20, yeah. He's 27? Oh,
Yeah. The only thing I think about,
He's a little
the
older.
money is so big now that does he have to play 10 more years? At some point, he's going to say, I'm good. I've got numbers, I've got chips, I've got awards. I've done it all. I can step away. If at some point he's satisfied with it, he might step away, not having surpassed Brady. Now, I think that if he gets this three-peat, oh man, that makes it real, real tough for anybody to argue against him. But here's the thing. Here's my thing with Brady, and I'm not saying Mahomes can't get to him, but I look at Brady has everything, right? We can't just say, okay, he's got 7 rings. All right, cool. He's got more rings by himself, not by himself, but as a player than any franchise has in their history. That right there is inconceivable. He's got 3 MVPs. Okay. That means he's been considered the best player in the league for at least 3 separate seasons, right?
Correct.
He's got damn near every passing record, right? He's got the total yards. He's got the touchdowns, all that. Okay, cool. He's got the most freaking, He's got the most playoff wins ever. He's got the most passing yards in the playoffs, the most passing touchdowns in the playoffs. Obviously, we mentioned the Super Bowl. Now, some of this, in fairness, is longevity. Yes, right. But the difference is
23 years.
Longevity was coming with the winning and production, though, right? So it's not just like he was just hanging around stacking up numbers. He wasn't just hanging around stacking up numbers. But he was still winning, right? The winning was still there. So imagine he took a 10-year break from winning championships and messed around and won 4 more. We don't freaking see that in the NFL. That is insane. Now, let me respond to Nick's hunted a game. We got to stop these lies. Brady was good in his second 2 Super Bowls, right? Yeah. The first one, I'll give it to you. He had like 145 yards or whatever. The one against Carolina, I believe he threw for over, 340, 350. See if you can find that for me, Transformer. Thank you. And I guess the one against Philly, I may have that flip-flop, but I think he threw for like 260 in one of them, and he threw for over 300 in the other one. So we got to stop this. Oh, Brady wasn't good in his first 3 Super Bowls.
The second Philly one? The second Philly one, he had like 500.
Well, no, I was talking about the first Philly one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Nick says that Brady wasn't good on his first 3 Super Bowls, and that's just not true. Now, we also got to stop this. The kicker Vinatieri was winning them games. How did Vinatieri get in range to hit them kicks? How did he get in range to make those kicks? We got to stop that, man. That's disingenuous. A quarterback doing his job, getting knowing distance, time, and score, getting yourself in position with everything that's going on in clutch situations to get your kicker in place to make those kicks. Yes, the kicker has to make the kicks, but he can't make them from 80 yards. He can't make them from 70 yards. Vinatieri wasn't hitting them for 60 yards. He wasn't hitting them from 50 yards, right? Yep. Brady is the one who put him in position to make those kicks. We got to stop it.
Carolina, 354, 3 touchdowns, 1 interceptions. And Philly, he was 236. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in that Super Bowl.
Right. So we got to stop this. He wasn't good in his first 3 Super Bowls. That's a lie.
It was the first one. Yeah, the first one, the defense is doing what they need to do.
Like $145, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
45, 1 touchdown, no interceptions.
There you go. Right. So, okay, cool. But again, in that first one, what did he do? Remember, John Madden was on the call and said, hey, play for overtime, right? Play for overtime. Nah. So, one, his coaches trusted him. Bill Belichick and Charlie Weiss, they trusted him. And then Tom Brady got in there and made the throws and got Vinatieri in position. So we got to stop being disingenuous with that. So Brady. So again, my thing with Brady is he has all of it. He's got the awards. He's got the accolades. He's got this. Go ahead, my man.
I wanted to add to a lot of people. Because I allude to this as well. Mm-hmm. I think it was more so people look at Tom Brady's defenses those 3 years. Mm-hmm. I believe in 2001, he had the 6th ranked defense. And I think the following 3 seasons, they were ranked first or second in the first 3 in the next 3 seasons. So
that helps a lot.
Trust me, I know. Your first three Super Bowls, you had either the number 6 or number 1 or number 2 defense, and I think we look at that because I put that in the books as well. Like, I mean, it's much better, much easier to get there when your defense is shutting people out.
Yes.
You got number 1 and a number 2 defense, and you're able to get back to that mountaintop over and over. So I wanted to elaborate on that.
Let's push back on that as well, right? Ben Roethlisberger has won how many Super Bowls? 2.
2. Yeah, 2.
2.
Been
right.
3. Yeah.
I remember in his early career, Steelers elite defenses, generally top 3, top 4 in the league, right? Okay. Joe Flacco has won how many Super Bowls?
1.
Elite defenses, right? Trent Dilfer with the Ravens won 1 Super Bowl. Elite defenses, right? So what I'm saying is, even though Tom Brady had those elite defenses, which helped, he still had to do his job and play quarterback at a very high level. Because again, we can look at Roethlisberger, guaranteed Hall of Famer. We can look at Joe Flacco, one of the better playoff performing quarterbacks of all time. We call him January Joe for a reason. So we can't just say, well, Tom Brady had great defenses. No. Because there have been other guys who have had great. We can take it back to the 70s with Bud Grant, right? And the Purple People Eaters, not the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Minnesota Vikings. They lost 4 Super Bowls in the 70s with elite defenses. They called them the Purple People Eaters. Yeah. Alan Page and those guys destroying people.
I'll let you to elaborate more on Big Ben's.
Yes, sir.
You know when defense can win your Super Bowl. Ben Roethlisberger had 0 touchdowns, 2 picks, 22.6 quarterback rating. He had 123 yards in the entire game.
There you go.
Defense wins championships. That's what one of those conversations come in.
Right.
He's 2-1 in the Super Bowl. Of course, you know Green Bay beat him in 2010.
Facts.
But continue.
Go Pack, go. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to stop this foolishness. Flacco don't count. All right, cool. All right, I get it. You want to push your narrative, but facts be damned. It's cool, Knicks. But yeah, so that's what
Flacco don't count and win. That Super Bowl run.
He said
Flacco was crazy.
Look, I'm not getting into
That's
it.
Probably one of the best quarterback runs in history.
It is statistically the second best quarterback run en route to winning a Super Bowl in history. But let's not let the facts get in the way.
That man said, "I gotta get paid, don't I?
Facts.
Let me go out here and just throw this thing." Hey, Joe, I was like, "Yo, who's this? Is that Joe?"
January Joe. That's what we call him. January Joe.
Hey, that Joe Flacco was crazy.
Yes,
Joe Flacco was crazy. Dog.
Exactly. So that's my thing, right? Against the Bears, yes, Peyton Manning did beat an elite defense in his first Super Bowl. We're not saying an elite defense can't lose. We're saying that
our offense was just horrible.
Right. Well, let me not say we. What I'm saying is, Laker Nation, that we got to stop this. People want to use the defense to take away from what Tom Brady did, or they want to lie and say that Tom Brady wasn't good in his first 3 Super Bowls when we just dispelled that. Or they want to say, oh, Tom Brady wasn't winning those Super Bowls. It was Adam Vinatieri, and it's just not true. But back to the original premise. So Tom Brady has done all of this, right? It's not just longevity, although longevity plays a role. It's the longevity. It's the winning. It's the statistical production. He has it all, right? And so that's why I think his legend is so difficult to chase down. But if anybody can do it, to the point Transformer made, man, it's this guy Transformer. And Transformer, I'm surprised he didn't say his normal.
Not me. Pat Mahomes.
Right. Transformer didn't say his normal in reference to Patrick Mahomes, in that Patrick Mahomes knows nothing since he's entered the NFL except playing in the AFC Championship game as a starter. Who the hell can say that?
Nothing.
He knows nothing except playing in the AFC Championship game.
He's playing for some type of championship.
Third.
He's playing for some type of championship.
Correct. Whether it's conference or league. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And so to the next point that we talked about this earlier in the pick'em. Now we're talking about it again here on this particular topic. You're looking at Patrick Mahomes, and this guy is in line to do something that's never been done, and that's possibly get this three-peat. Now, I picked Buffalo, so I don't see it happening, but if he gets it, we got a serious discussion to be had here, right? 8 years in the league, 4 championships, 5 Super Bowl appearances, never lost in the wild card or divisional round. I don't think he's ever played in the wild card round, right?
Yeah, I don't think he played. No.
I mean, it's absurd how great this guy is. Young disciple Pat needs 8 to surpass Brady. I don't know young disciple, because if he retires with a ton of numbers, like top 5 numbers, all these championships, league MVPs, and the three-peat that's never been done, I really feel like there's going to be a very legitimate argument for it. I'm not saying you're wrong, but like 8 is.
Yeah. He wouldn't need 8, because that 3 back to back to back, that's gonna propel him so high. It's legit going to propel him so high. That'll be 4 Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowl MVPs. Tom only has 5. So, you know, you want to throw that in there as well. The Super Bowl MVP, you kind of do weight that a little bit higher as well. He wouldn't need 8 if he gets a three-peat. If he gets 5 or 6, he'll be up there.
Yeah,
if he gets 5 or 6, I think if he gets his three-peat and he gets another one, then he'll be right there neck and neck with Tom Brady.
Yo,
in my opinion, that's
Nick's
my
on the
opinion.
GM, man. Look, you feel how you want to feel, man, but the facts are the facts, bro. So you can hold on to your nonsensical assertions on this, but you're wrong. Definitely dispelled that.
Quick question, Bruce.
Yeah, young disciple, I did say that. Yeah, go ahead, Transformer.
No, so what is 84 Spygate? I was gonna speak on that a little bit.
Okay, let's talk.
But I'm gonna toss this question to you, Pauls. Do you think the allegations on the New England Patriots, not say Tom Brady, but the New England Patriots, is another reason why we scoff at those earlier Super Bowls? You had Spygate.
Some people do.
Tuck Rule.
Some people do. I don't.
Okay, that was my question. You had Spygate. You had Deflategate was later. You had Tuck Rule, and I think the other one we call it Divinitary. I think they call it Divinitary Kick. Do you think some of that has anything to do with the
some people
notion of the early 3 Super Bowls? Like, Tom had a lot. It wasn't really on his shoulders then as it is Mahomes now, so early in his career.
Yeah.
So like Mahomes, like a lot of it's on Mahomes' shoulders. They're like, hey, Mahomes got to go out there and show out. The first 3 Super Bowls, a lot of it's like, all right, it's really not on Tom Brady's shoulders. It's on the defense. And then you got the Spygate, then you got the Tuck Rule, I believe the Oakland Raiders.
To me, the Tuck Rule thing is like corny, because that wasn't the rule at the time, right? Then the rule got changed after or something like that, right?
Yeah, right after.
Run the whole Tuck Rule thing by me again.
And I think the Tuck Rule. So it was Charles Woodson coming off the side,
right,
and I think it's when he was throwing it like the motion of going down and tucking in, like what you're doing with the football to consider it a fumble or not. Dang it, you know what? Let me look it up. I don't want to dispel the wrong thing.
The Tuck Rule was a controversial rule in American football used by the National Football League from 1999 until 2013. It stated NFL Rule 3, Section 22, Article 2, Note 2, when an offensive player is holding the ball to pass it forward, any intentional forward movement of his arm starts a forward pass, even if the player loses possession of the ball as he is attempting to tuck it back towards his body. Also, if the player has tucked the ball into his body and then loses possession, it is a fumble. Okay, so what happens is, if the forward movement of his arm starts a forward pass, then that's incomplete, right?
There was no movement.
Say again?
There was no movement on that play.
I guess we'd have to go back and relitigate that. But
what dispels that notion, Tom, after all them years, I don't think it's him and Charles Woodson was having a conversation. Tom Brady had the football in his hands, and he was like, all right, try to like knock it out of my hands. I got 2 hands on it. He was like, it's not going nowhere, right? And he was like, held in one hand. He was like, now try to knock the ball out of my hands. That's a fumble. Charles Woodson was like, see, after all these years, he was like, it's a fumble. He was like, I fumbled it. It was a fumble.
He said that?
He was like, he was like, hey, that's a fumble. And he was like, Charles Woodson was like, see, that right there. It's a fumble. It was a fumble.
Okay. So
Tom was like, yeah, that was a fumble.
And note, I didn't take a side either way. But okay, let's do this. So let's say it was a fumble. What does that mean? That means there was a blown call. There's blown calls every single game.
Like the game was over.
Well, I mean,
that would have ended the game.
Yeah, but we see those happen though. Those happen. There's blown calls every game that we could,
True, and I agree with you there. I agree with you.
And I know that I know that Bruce in the chat remembers this when Lee Evans caught that touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone in New England. He caught that, and then he dropped it. So then they say it was incomplete. He caught that. I watched that play so many times. He caught that, but it is what it is, right? And that was a catch that would have sent them to the Super Bowl. So. I don't know why people act like the tuck rule is so. I guess probably because it started the dynasty. So yeah. But yeah, so where were we? So yeah, the tuck rule. I do agree though. The tuck rule and Spygate and whatnot kind of cast some doubt on it. But to me, that doesn't change how Brady played in those moments where he needed to be as great as he was. You know what I mean? So
now sidebar.
Yeah.
Which moment would be the best moment? Got 7 Super Bowls, right? What would be your God dang it, man? Tom,
one single moment or like one game?
Game. I'm sorry, game. Give me a game.
Easily the 28-point comeback against Atlanta.
Yeah,
easily.
That was mine. I literally said it. I was just like, yeah, because at that point I was arguing like, man, Aaron Rodgers, this, Aaron Rodgers, that, Aaron Rodgers. I saw that game. I was like, yeah, Tom got it. I'm like, he got it. He got it now. I was like,
no, to your point, they got a hell of a lot of help from the defense.
The defense shut them out in the second half.
Yeah. So definitely a lot of help there. But Brady, man, he still had to lead all those drives, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Even Voyant Studio said, "What's up, Voyant Studio? How you doing, man?" Young disciple, he says the same thing. I think most people see that as the one that truly said, "Oh my God, this dude is," you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What's happening right now? A lot of that I scoff at. Was it Shanahan? Not Shanahan. Yeah, Shanahan. I call Shanahan like, dude, what the hell would you call in the second half that allowed this opportunity for Bill Belichick to sit his back and like, y'all, hey, go get the ball.
Right.
It was literally a game in your hand, and you literally fumbled it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? But Tom Brady and what they did in that game, that I was I was at my boy Favor's house. Me and a couple of partners was watching that, and I was just like,
I couldn't believe
he wins this game. That's it for me. He got it.
Argue.
He got it. I think that would have been. I think the Super Bowl number 5. I say that was number 5. Yeah. Was that?
My wife just walked in and gave me a crazy look. That's why I was laughing. But
hey, wife, hey, Miss Hope.
Hey, Transformer said, "Hey, Miss Hope."
Till I heard it. Hello,
he said he heard you. But yeah, so you look at it and you say, man, that it was that game, and then probably that one, and then also the one where Tampa Bay won, because you said, damn, okay, now he got out from under Belichick and the Patriot way and that system, and he's old, and he still came out and won one more. Like that was the statement. Like it was the 28-point comeback, 28-3, whatever it was. It was
28-3.
Yeah, so it was that comeback, and then the one in Tampa that really sealed it. Like, okay, I'm him.
Yeah,
and I don't really use that expression, but that was it.
I think Tom didn't even need to be great in that Tampa Super Bowl, because Kansas City walked into that game defeated. They truly, they lost every single lineman.
That's true.
Patrick Mahomes just literally running for. As we remember, like I said, the man was throwing balls parallel to the ground.
Crazy, wasn't it?
Because he was just like, bro, I'm just trying, man.
I'm just trying to do anything I can.
But I can't.
Playing studios, he
2 seconds in the pocket, right?
Yeah, he went without Gronk.
What not Philly?
I thought he won the first 3 without Gronk. Yeah, he won the first 3.
That was yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The last 4 he had them.
That's right.
Yeah, last 4 he had them.
Yeah, but okay, so to put a bow in this, because this is really a great topic, to put a bow in this, I think Transformer and I both agree, if he gets this 3-peat, Mahomes that is, if he gets this 3-peat, and that's 4, and then wins one more, and then maybe another MVP or 2, along with the stats he's already compiled, like it'll be a 1-1-A thing. He may surpass him in many people's eyes. Yeah, that's what I think. Yep,
Yeah.
Ben Watson. Good call, young disciple. Thank you, man.
I couldn't think. I knew it started with a W. I just couldn't remember what the name was. Yeah, but he's right. That's where I'm at with it. He gets another one post a three-peat. Like I said, because the three-peat in a lot of people's eyes, that's going to count very, very high. Because like I said, it's something that's never been done. We're saying never. Everybody's saying, man, there's a reason why, folks don't win 3 Super Bowls in a row. There's a reason why this, there's a reason why that. But it's a
he's stupid, man. What's wrong with you, man? No, he couldn't beat Eli. You are correct.
Man, the chat's just funny. The chat's hilarious to me. The chat is hilarious. But if he does get the three-peat and wins another one and gets it, because this will be 4 Super Bowls, 4 Super Bowl MVPs, triple back to back to back.
Yeah,
he gets another one, perhaps even another Super Bowl MVP. That will tie him with 5. So he'll be tied with 5 Super Bowl MVPs. Super Bowls, period. He gets another Super MVP in the regular season. That'll be 3 MVPs. Tom has 3 MVPs.
And then he's still got the numbers. That's real tough.
You're kind of like, that's a little tough, man. So I think, if anybody got a chance, it's Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Patrick.
Patrick Mahomes,
Patrick, yeah.
You know what? Real quick before we open up the phone lines, I think a major question too in terms of this is how long does Andy Reid stay with him?
What is Andy Reid? 70?
I think he's in the late 60s, but
67.
Like how much longer does Andy Reid stay? Because if he can stay for another 5 to 7 years, okay, you got a real chance. But if another quarterback comes in, if another head coach comes in, new staff and all that, and you kind of got a totally different dynamic. Does the winning continue as great as Mahomes is? I think that's something we need to take into account as well.
No. That's a very, 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 very great point. You got to think Andy Reid and Travis Kelce. You lose both.
Yeah, Travis Kelce on the way out.
34, 35?
Yeah, he doesn't have too much left. You can see he's nowhere near the same player.
Yeah,
but I will say, man, doesn't he step up in the playoffs?
Boy, does he?
He shows up when it counts, doesn't he?
I feel like people just forget about him. Because like if you look at the game, against who did just play? The Texans. And it was just like,
bro, Houseway?
What? You ain't y'all forget about him?
Yes.
What's he by himself?
I don't know.
Guarding him. Somebody at all times would be like, I don't care what the play is, guard him.
Him.
Why are we leaving him open?
That's right. I don't care if Mahomes run 50 yards down the sideline. Do not leave Kelce.
Do not leave.
Right.
If that pocket breaks down, his number one option is somewhere in the middle. Yeah. It's right there every time. Yeah. And he's just sitting there like.
One more thing about Mahomes. Am I the only one that's getting annoyed with him running down the sideline and doing this move like he about to run out of bounds? So the defender pulls up, then he keeps running. Like he's taking advantage of the rules.
He's taking advantage of the rules. Now, is he breaking the rules?
Right.
No.
He's not cheating, but that's not cool, man.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
That's one of those things where I think the league is going to have to crank down on.
But what can they do, though? What can they do? It would seem like unsportsmanlike.
Allow defenders to knock the shit out of them.
And, I was talking to my homeboy about this earlier. I'm like, yo, next time he does that, just keep the flag in your pocket. Let him get blasted. I bet you he'll change it up real quick.
Yeah. I think you need to make a decisive change. I mean, a decisive move to go out of bounds. You know how they do the slide rule? Wherever you start the slide, that's where you're down. It's not how far you go. Wherever you start the slide, it's down. If you attempt or you fake like you're going out of bounds, you're out of bounds.
Right.
If we're gonna it's either that or you get blasted. If you do one fake going out of bounds, you keep going up the sideline, that safety who's coming across to come get you can blast you. If not, then the league's gonna be like, all right, well, wherever you faked out of bounds at, you made a notion that you were going out of bounds, you're out of bounds.
That's a good idea. They should do that. That's a good idea. All right, good stuff. Because
at this point, you're putting the defenders at. What is the defense supposed to do? Like,
he's got to pull up so he doesn't get fouled for a late hit out of bounds.
Exactly. Because you're already on the sideline.
That ain't cool, man.
Exactly. So 2 feet away, I can't stop forward momentum. I'm running at you 20 miles an hour. I can't stop my momentum from.
Yeah, I got to pull up. I got to go behind you or something.
Bumping
like that.
into you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and open up these phone lines, man. I'd love to get some calls on this Mahomes versus Brady and see what the thoughts are. Y'all know the number, man. If you're here and you don't know the number, I don't know what to tell you. Save the damn number in your phone, y'all. 904-219-8264. The Format Podcast. Y'all have been here. You know what the number is. Call us up. Give us your thoughts on this debate, man. Oh, here we go. Here go Bruce from B More. Watch, this is about to get crazy. B More Bruce. What up, Bruce? Hey, what's good?
What's up, Steve?
Maintaining, dummy. What you got?
Man, I met Marlon Humphreys today, man.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Oh, what's up? He at home, so that's easy to do.
Man, he actually had like a little. I ain't get no real serious detail. I met him downtown Baltimore in the Harbor East, like with all the rich people. Yeah.
Okay.
I asked him, man. I'm like, man, what's going on, man? He just looked like, man, how you feeling, man? He was like, man, he was depressed.
Yeah.
He said he depressed. And he was like, man, that was like.
Hey, Bruce, we're hearing that echo, man. Go ahead, hit that for us. Fix that.
Yeah, what's up? You hear me better?
No, we were hearing the echo, I'm saying. All right, it's going now. Go ahead. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, man, he said he was depressed. And I told him, man, it's not your time yet. And he was like, yeah, man, I know. He just was like, I ain't get you no details, man. And I looked at him and I said, man, Mark Andrews, he just threw his hands up in the air. And he said,
yeah, he's not going to say nothing. No.
Nah, you're not going to do that,
man. I gave him his props. I was like, man, you played well this year.
Mm-hmm.
You all pro this year, man. The time gonna come. Y'all still young.
Right.
I'm gonna get over the hump. And he laughed. I said, it's Patrick Mahomes time. Because he tweeted out today, he hoped somebody beat Mahomes. He tweeted that out today.
Right.
I say, man, this Mahomes. This Mahomes time. The guards are on KC side. He just busts out laughing. It was real cool, and he real down to earth.
Right.
He got his hair out every goddamn where. I say, man, look, it's a funny thing. Last thing I said to him, you going to Cancun or you going to the Maldives? He just bust out laughing.
That's cool.
He said, go ahead, man. I say, man, y'all had a great year, man. Y'all time gonna come and everything gonna be all right. And he said, man, no doubt, man, no doubt. He gave me a pound. We gave each other a homie hug and we just parted ways.
Mm-hmm.
He got the first time I seen Marlon down. So he rides the game. He rides his bike to the game.
Okay.
He lives downtown Baltimore, in the condos right there by the stadium. So you see him all the time ride through the harbor. He rides his bike to the game.
Okay.
That's even here nor there.
Right.
Real quick, conference pickups. I'm going Redskins.
Yo, Bruce, man, why you always do this, man? Call after the segments, man. You always
busy, man.
Loading up.
He rewinds all the way back to the first. We on the third topic.
All right, go ahead with your pickups, man.
No, that's cool, man. I skip over it.
No. We want to hear what you got to say, man. Real
Yeah,
talk.
it's only two teams at this point.
Okay, bro.
This is Mahomes' time.
You start breaking up.
Shit, man.
You said it was Mahomes' time?
Yes, it's his time.
Okay, go ahead.
He's gonna get the 3.
Okay.
They're gonna beat Philly.
Okay.
And Jaden Daniels is gonna come very close to beating Philly. It's gonna be Philly. I've got Philly and KC, and I got KC knocking off Philly in a close one like they did 3 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's gonna be, and it's gonna stat second all time. He still ain't first all time. He's still not Brady.
Right.
Okay, Jaden Daniels, young fella poised. Like I said, if he do win, if he beats Philly, if Jaden Daniels wins the Super Bowl this year, which is a possibility, because the kid is playing like a 12-year Hall of Famer.
Facts.
It's a very strong possibility. And the team, know what makes Jaden Daniels so good?
What?
The team believes in him, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, they do. Dan Quinn believes in him.
Facts.
He has an ultimate confidence. That's an ultimate confidence in Jaden Daniels. Yes, he does.
His kid is sharp. He reads defenses better than anybody. He reads defenses better than anybody I've seen at this young age.
Yeah. Yes.
Very impressive, man. He is scary good.
Yo. And you know what? Can I give you props, Bruce? Because you said this a while back, man. Can I give you props for calling it out, man? I got to. You did.
Well, what happened?
No, I'm saying I'm giving you props for talking about Jaden Daniels and calling out that the Commanders would play really well and go very far this season. You said that way back, so I'm just giving you your flowers for calling that out like way back in the season.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
The kid is calm, cerebral. He's stoic. He's everything you want in a quarterback.
Yep.
His pre-snap read game and getting that ball out quick. in tough moments. Like when it's 4th and 2, Dan Quinn don't even think about punting.
Nope.
Yep, he goes for it.
Right.
I don't care where you at on the field. We know he's going to get it. He gets rid of the ball so quick, and his pre-snap reads are amazing.
Yep.
It needs to be studied. The kid is really good.
Really
Let's not
good.
forget, he played about 50 college games.
That's right.
In big games. He played in big games.
Mm-hmm.
NFL-style games at LSU.
That's right.
And at Arizona State, but mainly at LSU. He played in some huge games.
Yeah.
So he's experienced. He's more experienced than your average rookie. The kid is good. And if he wins the Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson, Lord have mercy, boy. Oh, man. Let's not
take it there, and let's just watch what the young fella does, man. I hear what you're saying. I don't even want to think about that.
Come on, bro. Stop being an old grump, man.
I'm not being a grump. I'm just saying I don't want to think about that because it's gonna become a thing. You know what I'm saying? I hear you and I feel you.
Yes, you know it's gonna be coming. It's gonna be crazy, man. If he win a Super Bowl. Let me get it real quick, and I'm gonna go to the number. I'm gonna keep my Mahomes and Brady thing. I don't want to hold the line up. If this kid wins the Super Bowl before Lamar, you got to think about the dynamics, the image, the proximity of where the teams are. Baltimore, Boston, Jayden Daniels, more of a pretty boy. Lamar Jackson, more of a down south Florida boy. It's all that shit is going. They're going to punch all that into it. They won't punch all that into it, like the image, how he look. Jayden clean cut. Lamar got the gold with the mask. You know, he's more hood, nappy head. Jayden Daniels more clean cut, braids. You know what I'm saying? Pretty boy. Baltimore, DC. See what I'm saying? That's going to be the thing.
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying? Though seriously, though, it's going to be deep. The buzz is already flickering. It's already flickering. People already mentioned it already. So, for Mahomes and Brady, if Mahomes wins three in a row, 4 and 5 years, damn, man. Brady the GOAT, though, man.
Yeah, right now he sits at the top. We're not saying at any point in time, like this year won't define the passing of Tom Brady. This won't define. He'll need another one.
Mahomes a lot closer, though, real time.
It will make it close. He'll be right there on his coattail, right there dragging down on Superman cape. Like
he'll be there with Montana and probably bypassing Peyton Manning and some of the other guys.
Well, I wouldn't. Let me say this for over the Mahomes Super Bowl runs. He'd had favor from the refs on plenty of these games, man. There's a lot of funky calls, man, for those Chiefs. But that's how the way the game go. I'm not saying, but listen, he's had benefit from the refs' favor in his championship run, even though he has played well in the playoffs. But he has benefited from the refs' favor. But if he won 3 in a row, he most definitely in the GOAT discussion. Now, if he went 4, and if he get another one, don't say this. Right. Don't say this, and I'm gonna get off the phone. If he win 3, he gonna win no more for about 5 more years after this 3. It's gonna be somebody else.
I think so. Yeah, it's just hard to keep winning like that, man.
Yes. If he wins 3, he gonna win no more like Brady. He gonna go and have a 5-year window like Brady did. Somebody else will get they. This one Lamar gonna get his after next year. So yes, Mahomes. If Mahomes win 3 in a row, he should be in the GOAT discussion. But he will be the GOAT before it's all because he's gonna win another one, but not 4 in a row. He's gonna win. It's gonna be like a 4-year gap. So that always happens. You know what I mean? History always meant to repeat it. Who won 3 in a row before him?
Nobody's ever done it before.
It'll be the first time ever.
That's why it's such a big deal if he gets this done.
No. Terry Bradshaw, Still Curtin won 3 in a row.
No, they didn't win 3 in a row. They won 4 in a 6-year span, but they never won 3 in a row.
Yeah. Okay.
He'll be one of one to win 3 in a row.
So if Mahomes wins, first ever did it. So that most definitely puts him in the GOAT discussion. But right now, he's not the GOAT. Brady's still the GOAT. You got to get past that 6 rings to be the GOAT. Ain't it all about rings?
It's not all about rings. Nah, not for me. It's not all about rings.
Football is because you can only control one side of the field in football.
Right. Football or basketball to me is not all about rings. But anyway.
Yeah. I got you. All right. I heard you say something earlier. I'm ready to get off right now in 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
You said something about dunk contest and LeBron being to blame for the influence of people not in the dunk contest. He had to discuss it before. You can't put that on LeBron.
I can.
You can't put the way the NBA is being ran right now on LeBron. You know that Adam Silver is the head over everything. So basically, he's the weak link in the NBA right now because he's a scaredy cat.
That has nothing to do with dudes not wanting to compete in the dunk contest, though.
Because LeBron is not LeBron is an in-game dunker, a power dunker. He's not a showman dunker.
So was Sean Kemp, but he went in the dunk contest. Next.
That's true. I think it don't make no difference. Game dunkers, showman dunkers. Power dunks are just as better than finesse dunks.
Yeah, they can be. Yes.
That's what Dominic Wilkins did when he dominated.
Exactly.
So,
yes.
But Dominic, man, that force behind his dunks was ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
And Mike was more finesse in those dunk contests. Dominic brought the power. Mike brought the finesse.
Correct.
So, yeah, it's upsetting that LeBron did, because all the greats did it. It's upsetting that LeBron never got the dunk contest.
Exactly.
He didn't want to lose. It would have been great if he did. He did get in the dunk contest. I think he was afraid of losing because his high school dunk contest was trash. He didn't really do nothing. He was a power dunker. So if you, it's on YouTube, go back and if you ever get 10 minutes or whatever to go check out his high school dunk contest, it was weak. So LeBron is not. I don't think he's a showman dunker. He's an in-game dunker.
What we were saying earlier, all that is fine, but man, just go out there and compete for your fans. That's all. Absolutely. If you didn't win it wouldn't have hurt nothing. But anyway, I'm not going down that road. But.
Yeah, she was a coward for that. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all letting me call in. If Bruce, you give me something to talk about on the next topic, I might call in. If you say something to piss me off, I might call back in. Thanks for the time, fellas. What's up, Transformer? What's up, Downey?
What's going on, stupid?
Ain't nothing stupid. What's stupid number 3 at? Stupid number 3 don't never show up. What's going on?
Man. Nah, he's serving our great nation, man. He taking care of business.
No. He choosing to go out there and serve his country because he don't want to hear that Ravens talk.
Okay. He probably give me a phone call if you hear this. I'll probably call back on the next topic if you give me something to talk about, Bruce. You know how you is. You pissed me off by saying one thing.
No doubt, bro. No doubt, man. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much for calling.
All right, bro.
It's always a good time with Bruce, man.
Always, man. Always a good time. All right, man. We didn't get anybody beeping in, so I don't think anybody was never mind. Here go Laker Nation. Let's do it. Laker Nation, what's good, man?
Hey, man, I had to call in on this topic, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to put this disclaimer out there before I tell you what I want to say.
Okay.
I was a notorious Tom Brady hater for years.
Okay.
Me too.
Anybody that knew me knew I hated him. He was like he's a Bill Belichick system quarterback. I never gave him his props.
Okay.
I was always pissed off because my favorite quarterback was Peyton Manning when he played, and he always knocked him out the damn playoffs. It was always the AFC Championship. I think it was like 4 or 5 years in a row. It was Tom Brady against Peyton Manning, and then Peyton Manning finally got through. I was happy, but this is where I tell you I'm not non-biased. When he won in Tampa, I stopped hating on the man.
Right.
Because to me, he proved that it wasn't a system, he was a system.
Right. Like at that point, what else can you say?
Yeah, you got to call a spade a spade. So, my eyes right now, Tom Brady's the GOAT, and that's coming a lot from a 49er fan who had great quarterbacks in the past, Joe Montana,
Steve Young,
Steve Young. Any 49er fan will always say Smoking Joe. Joe Montana, the man.
Joe Montana, go Irish. I'm just saying.
Man, stop on it.
But come on, man. He's a legend from us, man.
Man, stop it.
Okay, all right. I guess now's not the time. That's fair.
It's not. Right now, you gotta wait. You gotta wait a while.
Yeah, man. Come on now, Bruce.
What? You said Joe Montana.
Jeez Louise. Anyway. Anyway,
you gotta give me something here, Laker Nation. I'm hurting, man.
I'm hurt.
I'm hurting. Oh man.
I don't not feel sorry for you because
fair enough.
You had 2 ways to go. I've been hurting since the Reggie Bush days, so I don't feel sorry for you.
Man, don't talk to me about Reggie Bush, man. The Bush push is one of the most painful freaking single plays in Notre Dame football history. Don't talk to me about Reggie Bush. Nah, man. You don't get to do that.
Man, I've been hurting since the Reggie Bush days. I can say that.
Okay.
We ain't done nothing since then.
That is a fact. Yeah.
And we just lost 3 fucking Super Bowls, man. I don't feel sorry for you.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, you beat my Packers on the way to them, so I ain't gonna say much.
Lose 3 natties and then talk to me.
Look, man. Well, look, we lost the natty in 2013. We lost this one. We got smoked in 2 14 conference playoff semifinals. So yeah, I'm not feeling great, man.
I'm talking about getting to the promised land,
right,
and losing.
All right. Well, listen, we're not going to sit here and argue about who's losing hurts worse. Let's not do that.
I know that's kind of counterproductive.
Yeah,
that don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, Magic and Bird would not be trying to hear that. You agree?
Nah.
Right.
They'll tell us both to shut the hell up.
Right. Stop crying and go find a way to win. Work harder. Get in the gym. There you go.
No, but let me ask y'all this.
Yes.
Will we be having this discussion with Mahomes on Brady's level if and this was the biggest reason why I always said Brady ain't kicked.
Okay.
Remember that year they was undefeated when they lost to Easy-E in the Super Bowl.
Easy-E.
Eli Manning.
Eli, man.
Oh, I'm bugging. Okay, Eli. Yeah. I remember
that didn't click real quick. Like, easy.
Yeah, it didn't click right away. Mm-hmm.
That's the nickname we gave him in Cali. We called him Easy-E when he beat ended that undefeated season for the
the
18-1 season.
He would have won that game and would have won that chip undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
We would be having this conversation. They'd be like, no matter what Mahomes did,
probably not.
We'd be like, oh, Brady unanimously will forever be the greatest quarterback ever.
Yeah,
I mean, because that would, if you add that would also put him at 8. That would put him at 8 Super Bowls and an undefeated season.
Now,
yeah, that would be absurd.
Now would have put him at 8, but back then, it would have been crowned the GOAT no matter what.
Yeah,
I'm talking about back then.
No, agree.
That would have been his
fourth
ring at that time.
That would have been the 4th.
That would have been the 4th ring. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we wouldn't be having this. We wouldn't have been having this conversation.
Correct. That's a great point. It's a great point.
But if Mahomes got a lot to do to knock him off, because you got to look. No matter the Patriots don't become a dynasty without him taking a snap.
Yeah.
If Drew Bledsoe never gets hurt,
right?
I don't know what happened.
Mo Lewis.
I mean, he took the crown from Bledsoe and didn't give it back.
Nope. So you can't have that. Nope.
He was like, "No, it's mine, bro."
Yeah.
But what did Bledsoe said something the other? I think it was earlier this year. He was like, "One thing you learn is don't get hurt, say, because you might lose your job."
Yeah.
You might lose your job.
No. This is another reason why Brady's up there. Normally, when the starting quarterback gets hurt, when he's ready to go, he gets his job.
Mm-hmm.
It is. That happens 99% of the time.
Right.
Mm.
Hey, when he came back healthy, they were like, "Nah, bro, you holding this clipboard. You're holding with Tom."
Yeah.
That's true. Get out of here.
My
bad guy.
And then another thing that I was talking about when Matt Castle came in there, and with that season Brady was out, and he took them to the AFC Championship. And we was all like, oh, and then we was all like, oh, yeah, it ain't Brady. You know, anybody could come in there and win. And then what happened when Castle left and went somewhere else?
He fell off. I think he went to the Chiefs after that.
He was terrible. So that proves what I'm just throwing evidence out here that proves like no, it wasn't like he was assistant. Like he was assistant. And
we thought that, but you know.
No, Brady was assistant.
Oh no, he was assistant. I get you.
He became assistant.
Yes, correct.
He was assistant in Tampa because if it was a game plan, no knock against Bill Belichick, he's an awesome football mind.
Mm-hmm.
But if he was assistant, New England was still, you know, would have been up there when he left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then a lot of factors played into that, in my opinion. Let's not forget, Tampa was a very, very good football team. Very, very good. They just needed somebody to not turn over the ball 30 freaking times in a season. Right? And which Jameis Winston was doing in the previous season.
Mm-hmm.
He just took his philosophy there, that mentality to win Super Bowls, to be in those moments, what it's like to play with a top tier quarterback. He took that there. On the flip hand, Bill Belichick thought he was a great GM for some odd reason.
Yeah. He made a lot of great GM moves over the years, but after that, it
was just like, okay, what you're drafting 2 tight ends and what are we doing in New England? But
Yep.
But you got to understand, Bill Belichick is like Pat Riley.
Yes.
They stuck in their ways.
Well, I mean, when your ways win that much, it's hard to change it, you know.
It's hard, but you got to understand though, they got their way.
No doubt. But yo, Laker Nation, we're gonna hit this next topic, man. You got anything else before we let you go?
Come on, man. You can't just boot off you can't just boot me off like that.
Well, that's because you hit the 5-minute time.
Nah, he get extra time. You know that.
Oh, you do? Okay, we get him extra time.
Yeah. Nah, he get extra. Nah, we got him.
You're supposed to be on my side. We Laker boys. Laker brothers.
But you also a 49er fan, so it's like,
here you go.
Stop it. Like me and Bruce ain't got no teams ain't coming, but we still make it. We make it work.
We make it work. That's right.
We trash talk each other almost on the daily.
That's right. It's all love, though.
When it comes to Mahomes,
mm-hmm.
I get it. That's like you had wife for a while. You know, y'all held it down for years. Y'all fell off, and then the new chick comes in. She looks good. You're looking at wife.
Right.
You're looking at the new chick.
Right.
And you're like, damn, do I want to slide that way? That's Mahomes right now. He's that new chick that's coming out looking good, making the flashy passes and all that.
Yeah.
All that. He got a long way to go, in my opinion.
Who, Pat?
We'll see.
Nah, he don't got a long way to go. If he gets his 3-peat, that's a huge step forward.
Yeah.
That's a huge step, but he still got weight.
And then the thing about it is that, you know, because Andy Reid right now, his contract goes into 2029, February, the Super Bowl of 2029. So that's at least 3 to 4 more years that you're at least going to have one of the greatest football minds, as your head coach. That's assuming that Andy Reid's retired, because he'll be 70 years old once his contract expires. So depending on where he's at then, you know, who knows what happens. We know Travis Kelce maybe has 1, maybe 2. If they even get a 3-peat, I wouldn't be shocked if Travis Kelce hung him up and said,
right.
Let me go out on a high note.
Yeah.
Pat, you got it. I'm tired. I'm getting old, buddy. I'm finna go join my brother Jason, and we want to focus on the podcast a little bit more. So
they got $100 million for that thing. So
yeah, they got $100 million. So he already eating outside of the NFL.
Right.
So that 3-peat definitely put him on a pedestal of his own, you know, especially as a tight end. He's already, considered one of the greatest tight ends ever in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Him and Patrick Mahomes sit up amongst themselves when it comes to duo in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that'll be the way. If I'm Travis Kelce, that'll be the way I'll go out. I wouldn't even give it another season. I'll go out on a three-peat as the only three-peat
like John Elway
ever.
did. Right.
Yeah.
Go out with a chip.
Go out with a chip. Go out with a three-peat.
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna leave you with this food for thought.
Okay.
Even if you do get this three-peat, you got one hand, first quarter three-peat, but on the other hand, this guy got more rings than all the NFL franchises.
Yep. By himself. Right.
He is by himself.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Yeah, you can't get past that.
The island, that man is on the island by himself.
Correct. No doubt about it.
So
very true.
That's for everybody in the chat as well. If anybody disagrees, you got everybody's entitled, to their stance. But that is how I'm looking at it.
No doubt.
He got a long way to go. This man's on his own island.
All right. Well, good call as always from Laker Nation, man. I appreciate
it.
No rebuttal?
No rebuttal. Not to that.
No, you hit it on the nose, man.
Yeah, no rebuttal to that, man.
And I hated Tom Brady, and it takes a lot for me to say that. Got to get his man his flowers, though.
There you go.
Hey, sometimes, when you're having those conversations about something that you hated for so long, if I gotta talk about something I hated for so long, I can always just remember, man, Brucey got on here for 48 minutes.
I knew it.
Great things about the Lakers.
I knew it. What you say?
So I'll say it could never be worse. If I gotta give Tom Brady a couple of minutes, good. This man Bruce gave 48 beautiful, harmonious minutes to the Lakers. Full commitment, the holy grounds, the holy heavens of
you better thank Laker Nation because you better thank Laker Nation for that. Nah, it was cool, man. It was cool. All right, brother, man. We're gonna move on to this next topic, man. Thank you for the call, man.
Hey, appreciate you, Laker Nation. Let's go. Beat them Celtics tomorrow.
Man, shut up, man. Why you? Was that necessary? Was that necessary?
You had my bad, brother. My bad.
That was uncalled for.
Good game against the Celtics tomorrow. Better.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and let's take it to the final topic, y'all. And this is we're talking football here, but we're going to take it to college football. I love college football, y'all. And so just wanted to finish this out with this topic. I thought it was interesting. Rob Parker is one of my favorite sports pundits, sports commentators, sports analysts. And actually, if you go all the way back on the channel, my very first YouTube video, because this podcast started off as just an audio podcast, my very first YouTube video, and you could tell it's my very first when you see it, had Rob Parker on as a guest. And so that's why I hold him in even more high esteem, because he took the time out of his schedule to, get on the show and talk with me, a lowly guy trying to make something happen. So he's one of my favorite guys for that reason. And just, I like a lot of things that he has to say, but I also disagree with a lot of things that he has to say. So Rob Parker was recently discussing, him and his partner, Kelvin Washington, were discussing the 12-team playoff expansion and how he felt about it in its inaugural season. And, well, he wasn't a fan from it from the beginning, so I'm not going to front on that. He always said that he felt like there were never 12 teams that had a legitimate chance to win the national championship, so just expanding out to 12 was a money grab. Meanwhile, I was always a proponent, and Transformer knows this, and people who watch this show also know, I've always been a proponent, of expansion of the playoffs from 4 teams to 12, because to me, it invalidates so many teams' regular seasons by saying, everything you did was worthless. You don't get an opportunity to play for the championship. I watch, in the NFL, we see how many teams get an opportunity to go for it. So if you have a good, solid season, you should have an opportunity to try and compete. And I was always down for that. So I really enjoyed this 12-team playoff season. And you can catch more of my thoughts on that actually with yesterday's episode that I recorded with the Format Podcast official college football analyst Ryan Langford. said Ryan Clark. I wish it was Ryan Clark. I wish it was Ryan
Clark.
My bad,
bro.
Ryan Langford, former FBS wide receiver at University of Illinois and former professional with the Indianapolis Colts and several teams in the Canadian Football League. But we talked about that, so I'm not going to really reiterate my thoughts on that from yesterday. But yeah, Rob Parker, man, he it's funny. Bruce calls me like, old and grumpy. Rob Parker is like the original freaking curmudgeon, man. This guy is, I'm like, really? And so he was, he didn't have good things to say about the 14 playoffs. So before we play his comments, Transformer, just briefly, what were your thoughts on the 12-team playoff, the expansion and the overall season, how you felt about it?
If I could compare it to anything, Bruce, I would compare it to that 48 wonderful minutes that you gave about my Lakers.
Man, you gonna make me curse on this show, man.
Beauty. You don't curse. Stop it. You won't even curse. You don't curse.
Make me bring up this boy.
You don't even curse, so don't try it, man.
Exactly. You
about to make revert back to old times, man.
Right.
Old time. But no, I thought it was beautiful. Like we mentioned before, and I've said it a lot on this podcast. I even got to witness you and Ryan close out the season yesterday. With a great conversation about the closing of the game, the Notre Dame game.
Yeah,
it was beautiful. Parity, right? Competition.
Yeah,
diversity. All of that is happening.
Yes,
right? Everybody has a shot, and I do like that. I hate one fact: it came a year too late. Florida State was right there.
That's right.
Too late, because you look at teams like that who go undefeated, win their conference, do well everything they need to just to get kicked out and put an SEC team. Does it show by like that right there was pure biased behavior by the committee? It was just like, what? So I go undefeated, but you let a team who's lost this season, let alone we lost our quarterback and all that, and we still so happen to go undefeated, go in the conference championship game, we win with our backup quarterback.
Right.
We do everything. We talk about an elite defense. Two of those guys were just in the playoffs this year, Fisk and Jared Verse. Two of those boys were just in that same team. So who knows, man? And doing work. I'm talking what Fisk had 8.5 sacks this season. Jared Verse, I believe, about 4 or 5, but he was a ferocious pass rusher.
Yes,
definitely disrupting a lot of offenses. So what could have happened? We don't know, but you got to give them that opportunity. But I said it all to say that I like that this format is there for situations like that. I handle my business. The teams that are on my schedule, I beat every single one of them. My conference, I win it. I should have an opportunity to showcase what my team has done, the work that we've put in throughout the season, have an opportunity to contend for a title. I think that's not only fair, but I did my job. What is my job? It's not my fault I'm in this conference. It's not my fault that you guys weigh the SEC at a different level. You weigh the Big Ten at this level, then the Big 12, then we go to the ACC, then we go to these different conferences. But everything isn't based off the SEC anymore. Why? NIL deals, transfer portal. That's creating a different lane for all of these teams to now have their hand in the fight. Like, now we got an opportunity.
That's right. Y'all
Nick
not
Saban,
the ones that can pay.
Exactly. Nick Saban, Kirby Smart ain't got to get all these dogs to come in and play for Georgia, and then Bama, then Georgia, and Bama, and Georgia, and Bama. It gets exhausting. It gets exhausting. I have zero sympathy for FSU.
That's right. Yeah, y'all came up to South Bend, came to the Century. We beat y'all when y'all were number 1. The next week, we get upset by Boston College, and they screw us in the national and don't give us the national championship.
I have no part in that. I wasn't on the committee in '93. I was only 3 years old. All right,
fair enough. But yeah, you were saying.
but like I said, it provided so many opportunities for teams to have their chance. The conversation, and I hear this a lot, man. From Brucey number 2, man, like who was the dog this year? And these teams got blown like there was no true alpha. Good. This ain't the NFL.
Exactly.
Like what are we doing in the NFL? We just saw teams get blown out in the first round.
That's right. We're going to get to that. Facts.
They're NFL teams. So are we going to say that, those teams don't deserve it because they won their conference maybe, or they had a better record than everybody else in their conference, so they got a wild card game? It's the same concept.
Yo,
you got blowouts in college. You're going to have blowouts in the NFL.
That's right.
You got blowouts in NCAA basketball. You got blowouts in NBA basketball. You know, we're not having those same conversations when it comes to the NFL about blowouts in the first round.
Right.
Okay. But at least we get, like, the committee is giving the opportunity. You win your conference, you take care of your business, you get a shot at the title. And I think that's fair. So to answer your question, I probably long-winded that answer.
No, cool.
But I loved it. It created parity. And apparently this is at the beginning. They're at 12 teams now. I think they're talking about 14 teams.
Yeah, they're talking about going out to 14, maybe 16. Yeah,
14 to 16. So yeah, that was mine.
I love it though. I love it. I mean, you had an opportunity for a service academy to possibly even sneak in there. Like Army was in there.
Yeah, I was in there. I was going to root for it too.
That was super cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and hear what Rob Parker had to say, and we'll do our bounce in and out thing and make some response to
that. Roger that, Brucey.
All right, Bruce. All right.
I'm going to choose how I'm going to pay you too in pennies.
We did put a wrap on college football last night. Let's go there. Yep. And I don't know about you, but my overwhelming feeling about the national championship and the college football playoffs, right, that everybody wanted 12 teams and all that, was that it was a flop. I don't feel good about it. And we saw last night, Ohio State, they basically ran out, and, Notre Dame made it. The score close, but they got run out the building early. It looked like it was lopsided, right?
Yeah.
And just to prove the point, Ohio State, the average margin of victory in this college football playoffs was 18 points.
Yep.
That's not competitive. Would you agree with me on that?
No. I mean, we were hoping for more of the, the games where you can one-score games, close, comeback drives, get a little bit of that. You understand every game ain't going to be close, but.
And here's the other one. First-round games decided by an average of 19.25, almost 12. That's blowout, right?
Yep.
Would you consider?
All right. Okay, cool. Rob, you got the numbers. Can't argue with that. I got you, man. I got you. So real quick, let's go ahead and let's look at the final scores in this thing. Let's see which one. Can you guys see that? Okay. Let me know. So we got all the scores here, and this is obviously the final bracket. So we see we see there were some blowouts here, right? Okay, that's cool. So what I want to point out here is that Rob is complaining about that. And the funny thing is the NFL is supposed to be basically the league where the games are the tightest, etc. Right? Okay, cool.
Don't worry, I got your back on that one.
Right. So check this out.
Scores.
Right. There you go. You know where I'm going. The average margin of victory in the wild card round of this year's NFL playoffs, in the wild card round now, 19.3 points. What? Wait a minute. What? That can't be right?
The Saturday games alone were all both blowouts.
There you go.
Texans blew out the Chargers. Ravens blew out the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
So if we even go and we look at every playoff game so far this season, 7 out of 10, i.e. 70% of them were won by 9 points or more. You got a bunch of blowouts. What are you talking about, Rob? And the NFL is supposed to be the highest level of football and the league that has the most competitive games. And I'm not saying it's not, and I'm not saying it doesn't, but you know how I am. Keep the same energy, right? You can't complain about one thing and then, when you have the other thing, you ignore that. See, this is what happens, right? These guys can go on their show and say their stuff because there's no pushback, right? And most of the time, even their callers are not pushing back effectively because while he was saying this, I'm looking it up. And if I had called in, normally I listen to the pod the following day. If I had called in, I would have immediately jumped on that. No, don't try it, Rob. Yeah, go ahead.
I can even rewind time a little bit. Last year, wild card round. What did the Texans do to the Browns?
Smoke.
Want to know the score? 45-14.
Oh, was that a blowout? Was that not competitive?
31 points, by the way.
Wow.
What was the score to the Chiefs to the Dolphins game?
What you got?
26-7.
That sounds like a blowout to me.
Right? Do we all remember the Packers Cowboys game? What was the score before the chase down points?
Man,
42-16.
That's right. Sound like another
42-16, still ended up a blowout, 48-32, 16 points.
So wait a minute. So what you're saying is that the Cowboys did what Rob Parker said Notre Dame did and scored some points to try to make it look a little better. Is that it?
Oh, 100% correct.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Yeah,
so here's
it
an
was
interesting.
Yeah, it was a blowout. It was over.
There you go. Here's an interesting stat, though. I looked this up. I said, you know what? It could have just been this year. It could have just been last year. So over the past 10 seasons, not one, not two, not three, not four. Right? right.
Don't do my guy like that. He got nothing to do with this.
Over the past 10 NFL seasons, the average margin of victory in the NFL playoffs has been 12.1 points per game.
Sounds like 2 scores to me.
Sounds like 2 scores. A lot of blowouts then, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of blowouts then, right? So what's the problem with college football? See what I'm saying? What gets me, there's a lot of people, they got their narratives and they want to hold on to it. Facts be damned. But let's continue with what Kelvin Washington and Rob Parker had to say on this.
Consider that. Yeah. And the playoffs in its entirety were decided by an average of 14.8. So basically 2 touchdowns plus
14.8. That's not that far off at 12.1, is it?
2 points.
And we're talking about not 1 year, not 2 years, a 10-year stretch. See, I like to get a large sample size, right? Because I didn't do well in statistics when I took it in college, but I understand a little bit.
I got a B.
Work.
I got a B.
I shouldn't have got one. The professor was good. But yes, let's carry on.
Plus 3 scores.
Yep.
I mean, and here's the last thing. Mm-hmm. It felt like it was a day late and $1 short, that it was too late. January 20th seemed very late for college football when they stopped playing, right? Don't they stop playing before Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
think about that. That's like 2 months.
Yes. That is one of my main, literally, you can see right here, I wrote too long into the season.
Did you enjoy this college football playoff?
No, it wasn't enjoyable because we didn't get the matchups we wanted. You got some teams in there who deserve on paper, but we knew they didn't stand a chance. So you kind of got the combination of that. And again, too long into the season, right? We got NFL playoffs. We ready to lock and load. We getting close to conference championship games. And remember we joked, we got inauguration. You're like, oh yeah, it's a national championship game on today. Historically, big.
Let me stop him right there. Well, one of the things Kelvin Washington said, we got matchups on paper. We know they didn't deserve it, right? So this is another thing. I looked this up a while back. People complain about, teams getting blown out in college football. Do we know that like 50% of all NFL Super Bowls ever have been blowouts? Just go back and check the scores.
That's a lot of Super Bowls.
Yes, half of the Super Bowls ever have been blowouts. All you got to do is go back and check. So this is why I get so frustrated, right? Because it's disingenuous when we're doing one thing for one side and not the other. Like, I don't like that. It bothers me a lot. You know
By
what
the
I'm
way,
saying?
we're on what, 50? This is Super Bowl 55?
58?
58?
58.
Because I know right now it's tied. NFC and AFC are tied. So it has to be an even number.
Okay.
So this will be an odd number. This Super Bowl should be an odd number.
I got you. Maybe 59 then. Somewhere around there. 57 or 59, yeah.
Gotcha.
Hell with the game on the line, y'all singing. So I wouldn't have minded the single coverage on Jeremiah Smith, Laker Nation, if it was Leonard Moore, our number 1 cover corner, who was also freshman All-America, just like Jeremiah Smith. That I would have been cool with. So I couldn't figure out why Christian Gray was the one who somehow got that assignment. But yeah, I would have been cool with it in that, because that was really the matchup I was looking forward to all night. But yeah, getting back to Rob Parker on this topic. And we're almost done here, guys.
Games, really final games of the season. That's why the Rose Bowl was the Rose Bowl. New Year's Day, knew I got this big game. USC taking on Michigan, Ohio State, whatever this big game was going to be on the first. Then we got the BCS. And that era usually ended around January 3rd, January 4th. So you kind of had it all, like you knew your week, you knew what you were looking forward to, you knew when to order your Buffalo Wild Wings or Wingstop, it was a whole thing. January 20th, this hang, and you know what's about to happen. You know they're going to go to 16 in the next year, 2, 3, 4 years, which means 24. What are we going to February, the day before, the day after the Super Bowl?
It'll be the day that pitchers and catchers report to spring training.
Right, exactly. So,
all right, so I get we're not going to play the rest, but I get kind of the complaint that they're saying maybe it's Super Bowl 59, that the season is running too late. So maybe they can try to I don't know. It's hard to move it back any further because it was only like 2 weeks after the announcement of the bracket that the tournament started. So I'm like, but I don't know. personally, for me, I thought it was great because I love college football and I don't want it to end, right? So I have no issue. And to me, these guys complaining that if the season took too long and January 20th is too far out, that just sounds like being curmudgeonly and being kind of in the old school mentality of, well, New Year's Day is the day you have all the major bowl games, and after that it should be over. Nah, let it roll, man. Let it roll.
Let's get more weeks.
Yeah. Huh?
Let us get more weeks of football.
Let us get more weeks of football. That's right. That's right. But now here goes another big thing, right? I'm not going to play the clip, but they were saying how they felt like, maybe a lot of people weren't interested and didn't know about it. So this is, again, oddly enough, they're pushing a narrative here, and these guys got researchers, guys that get paid to look stuff up, right? So it's frustrating to me. Why is it frustrating? Because they're saying that people didn't know about it and blah, blah, blah. But guess what? That can't be right, because the championship game averaged 22.1 million viewers, and it peaked at 26 million, right? And it was the most viewed non-NFL sporting event in the last year. So it was down a little bit from last year's championship between Washington and Michigan, but it still did very well. So now why are we acting as if people didn't know about it and people didn't care? See, this is what I'm talking about. But again, this is their show, and they know that when their callers call in, their callers get about 30 to 60 seconds. So they're not going to have enough time to really push back. You know what I'm saying? But, it's just disturbing and kind of disingenuous, right? So this game averaged 22.1 million viewers and peaked at 26.1.
26.1. Yeah.
Yeah, 26.1 million. So that sounds to me like it did pretty damn well, Again, most watched non-NFL sporting event over the past year. So, like, a lot of this stuff he's saying just doesn't add up. Go ahead, Transformer.
I hear a lot of wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
What are you complaining about?
Right.
Because Bama wasn't in it.
But
George wasn't in it.
He's a native New Yorker and a guy who spent most of his time in Detroit. He's not even a college football guy. Later in the clip, he acknowledges that. And I think that's probably what the real issue is, because that part of the country, college football is not a big deal, right? The Northeast it's not a thing, right? That's basketball town, right? But so he even says it, I wasn't really into college football growing up in New York City. It's not a thing. It's not like the South or the Midwest or the West Coast, right? It's just not. But that doesn't mean that because it's not a thing to you, it's not a thing. And we can see that college football if it wasn't a thing, it wouldn't be this big business that it is. But go ahead.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I guess we got so adapt to Bama, to Georgia, to an SEC team. We found out that neither Bama nor Georgia was going to make it to the conference football playoffs. Everybody assumes that it would have been a different trajectory of competition if either one of those teams would have played. Blowouts happen. They just happen. I mean, does that mean that Ohio State wasn't going to walk through everybody? Right. Ohio State was just a better team.
Yes. But how do they assume that when Notre Dame, who got beat by Ohio State,
beat Georgia?
Pretty well. Thank you. There you go.
Did Georgia not have that opportunity?
That's right.
Did Notre Dame not put them out?
They did.
So there was competition. It just wasn't to your likeness of what the score outcome could have been. Hint. There's more parity. NIL, transfer portal. There's going to be more competitive teams across the nation, right? There's going to be more. There's not going to be no one true dog anymore. That one true dog, Bama, Nick Saban, that's gone.
Right.
Kirby Smart, he was about to start that trend. That's now gone. It's going to be more teams. It's going to be more players like top tier guys going to different schools, going to different conferences.
Went to Ohio State.
And now all they got to do is win their conference to get a ticket.
That's right.
They don't need to show off that I got to go undefeated. I got to hope that I got an SEC team on the schedule, because if I can beat them, the committee will sway that, oh, man, we beat an SEC team and we're undefeated. They may put us in a 14 playoff.
That's right.
They may. I went undefeated. What more do you want me to do?
Ask UCF in 2017. That was a fantastic team. Only team in the country that was better than them that year was Alabama. They never got a chance to prove
Never got an opportunity. Never got an opportunity. And just recently, we just saw Florida State go undefeated. I'm going to keep hopping about it.
Yes, they went 1,000% keep hopping about it.
They went undefeated.
They're the only Power 4 champion to ever go undefeated, win the conference title, and not make the playoffs.
Not make the playoffs. And you want to tell me it's because of now y'all got criteria. Your quarterback is out. What?
Right.
The team went undefeated, not Jordan Travis.
That's right.
Jordan Travis didn't go undefeated.
That's right.
The Florida State Seminoles went undefeated.
Correct.
So give that team, that organization, that school the opportunity to fight, but they fought all year for.
That's right. And
that team it's 53 players out there.
That's where I've always been with this. And that's why I'm glad that we have this now. And I know, right? And I totally disagree with Rob Parker on this. But I guess we can leave it there, man. I think we can all agree that this was, I know I can say without question, since I started watching college football in 1993, this was the best college football season I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it was entertaining for sure.
Yeah, man.
It was entertaining for Arizona State, their run, that Texas game. Man. It was some great games. Just like in the NFL, there are great games in the playoffs. Hence the Ravens and Bills. But last week, teams were just getting dog walked, right?
Yeah.
Same thing happened in the NCAA. So yeah.
Facts. All right. Well, we're gonna leave it there, team. We are gonna leave it there, man. This has been a great show. Appreciate all the participation. I'm not gonna open up the phone lines for this one. I think it's not really none to necessary. Yeah. So we're going to leave it right there, man. Thank you all so much for taking the time to join us tonight. As you always do, we appreciate you all so much, man. Shout out to my number one member of the channel, Laker Nation. One more shout out to you. Shout out to all the rest of you in the chat, Young Disciple, everybody else, man. I appreciate it. Y'all know where we are. Make sure your notifications are on so you know when we're going live.
Yeah.
And we will be back Wednesday night. Might be back before that and something else happens.
Sunday morning.
Wait a minute, it is Wednesday night. Jesus. Yes. We'll be back Sunday morning, God willing, but we may be back prior to that if something else happens. But y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there. If you're somewhere where it snows a lot, keep shoveling, but don't kill yourself doing it. If you're somewhere where there's wildfires, please be safe with that. But thank you so much, and we out. Peace.